fish sticks.
Fish sticks?
No,
Fish sticks?
fish sticks.
Or does the fish stick to the wall when you throw it? Has anyone tested
Why are you
Fish-
throwing a fish at a
I'm
wall?
very confused.
Fish can be thrown
To
at
see
walls.
if it would stick.
Yeah, it's for
obviously.
science, clearly.
Sorry, I do appreciate science, all types, even marine biology, which is what this is.
You,
Did you know that's what they
appreciate
study. They do have a class about throwing fish at walls. It's true.
That is amazing.
That's not
actually.
fake news. Yeah, that's
I would love
definitely
for that
not.
to be the actual case.
You can throw a spanner into the
God.
works when you bring out a stick bug, and then
You can also throw spanners.
you can
fun
also
fact.
throw spanners. Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
That's
can also
mechanical
span
engineering.
throws over a very long
Oh
amount of time.
shit!
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that. What is the span of the average throw of a fish?
Also, span is a word we use here for buckets.
Buckets
A
also
bucket of
hold
fish?
fish. Oh.
I feel like we've made. I don't know what like
Yeah,
our
yeah.
breakthrough moment was, but I feel like we've made one. I just don't really know what we found.
And if you by that logic directly translate the words bucket goal, you get grain.
Okay, see, I think that's pushing it. I think you've stretched the line of reasoning a little bit too far there, Josie, and I'm gonna have to pull you back on that one.
Honestly, we love marine biology, but we do draw the line at crops.
Yeah.
What
Because
about carps?
Oh, she's bringing it back.
Oh,
She's bringing it
shit.
back.
I-
Hold on.
Hold on, hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
because
on.
crops are just carbs, and carbs is very close to carps.
Oh.
My
No.
brain checked out of this entire conversation long
No,
ago.
no,
I'm
I
not
feel
following.
like-
The whole word this whole time.
Yeah. I'm okay. How do you all feel about carps, chat?
Yeah.
And carbs.
And
Carp chat in
carbs.
chat?
Carps in chat.
Carbs.
I mean, all I can
Harbors.
imagine is a magic carp on a piece of bread.
Ah, that's
Well,
a lot
remember
of
when
that's
Team Rocket-
that's some carb.
Oh my gosh, remember when Team Rocket tried to eat a Magikarp and they realized it was all scale and bone? There was no actual flesh on the Magikarp?
That's
Really?
That's
So the
Did he
terrifying.
do that?
Magikarp isn't even good for eating. Like, yet Pidgeotto and Pidgeots eat Magikarp. What are they eating?
They're just eating straight up bone, man.
The bones. I mean, it's got to be full of nutrients if that's the case.
I would eat the bones if I were
Yeah.
if I were a Pidgey. If
Yeah.
I were a Pidgey.
But by that logic, then would that mean that Sharpedo or whatever the other what's the other one called? The one that's like a walking shark dragon,
Gotcha.
Yeah. that
Garchomp.
one.
Yeah, shouldn't be able to stand up on 2 feet because it wouldn't have any bones. It would be all cartilage.
Cartilage.
That.
Because sharks don't have bones.
Yeah,
This
but
is true.
Garchomp isn't a shark. Garchomp is a dragon.
But why is it the shark?
It's not a shark, though. It's just a dragon. It
But
just-
look at
It happens
I
to
mean,
look
like,
like
look
a
at it
shark.
though. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Sharpedo doesn't have a tail, so how does it swim? Like, that's the question that you probably should
it
be
just
asking.
it's its little feet. Okay, wait. Scorpedo
it
doesn't,
doesn't have
Hold
feet.
on. Oh,
Doesn't have
shit.
any
It's only
Hold
it's
on.
only got fins.
Barely has fins at that.
Yeah.
Hold
That's
on.
true.
I'm too
What?
tired for this.
You got 5 minutes left of this, Roju.
Wait, I see a photo here, and it looks like it's shooting water out of its back. I suggest that Sharpedo
Big
has a
piece.
propulsion system
God,
similar to that of
Lazarus.
squids and octopodes. I propose that.
All
think
I'm hearing is it's cloaca propulsive.
I was going to say, this reminds me of a certain Chocobo in the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth recent remake, whatever you want to call it.
What does that do?
There's a Chocobo that fires water out of its... Okay, hello everyone, how we doing?
No, I wanted to finish.
Japan. Yep, that's exactly it.
Yeah,
That's,
I mean,
that's what's happening.
it's considered squalene. It's
There you
just squalene all
Squalene
along.
brought us all together, so I think that,
Yeah.
you know,
Squalene started all of this.
We should probably bring it back to a topic that's much more amicable to Roju and Orb.
Do we? I figured they were taking this opportunity to nap and
I
recharge.
don't know what.
before game.
Orb is
I'm trying
definitely.
to wake up, not
Orb's-
go back to
Orb's-
sleep.
I mean, although Orb should appreciate this conversation because he's got a Pokemon shirt on.
Well, I was appreciating it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there thinking this is utter madness that you guys are talking
Yeah,
about.
straight up nonsense.
I'll be honest. One time, I and a friend spent hours discussing the probability of like different Pokemon evolutions, like actual evolutionary chains, and we couldn't figure out if freaking coconut bloke, what's his name, Executor, like we couldn't figure out if his little guys were like seeds or coconut. Like we were going
That's
through
a whole existential
whole
problem.
kingdoms there. Like
yeah.
But then how do you
But hey-
explain its Alolan form where it is literally a giant palm tree? They have to be.
But it's also a
know.
dragon.
It is also a dragon, so it could be
Which makes
dragging
me
these
so
nuts.
angry.
It's also a dragon. But hey, did you all know that we got a couple of announcements to get through?
oh yeah,
You got 3
Yeah.
minutes, go.
Where are they?
Yeah, not much time for those now.
It's plenty of time. Just a quick heads up, a reminder to people who weren't here last week: the podcast goal was reached.
Yay.
So soon, not yet, but soon enough, we will release some news about how that's going. So just so everyone aware, there will be podcast format. We are also brainstorming and working in the background on podcast specific content. So it's very much like it will happen, watch this space kind of vibe. Secondly, we want to do some quick little shout outs. It's been a few weeks since this campaign started, and we just want to once again give a huge shout out to Himiko Designs on Twitter, who did our logo design and animation, which helped us get a color palette for our group. It was really good job. And a huge shout out to Feline Trickster, who did the character art. Huge shout out to Top Banana Jam, who did our background art and the art for a couple of NPCs you might see coming up in the future, as well as the intro. And also to Mud Bucket, who did the custom soundtrack for the intro. Also, huge shout out to the Twitch channel, Some Other Heroes, who gave us a shout out. And they are great. It's a queer-coded cast playing D&D. Also on Sundays, a couple of hours after we end our session, that's when they start their session. It's perfect for those of you who want a full TTRPG Sunday.
Oh, wow,
And last but not least, keep your eye in Discord as this June 6th, those of you who are subscribed to us will have the opportunity to join the first in a row of D&D one-shots set in Gramonia, following the world after the end of Jalira.
Ooh.
So
Very
everyone,
cool.
keep your peepers peeled. And with that, I believe I caught all of this. I did it within the time given.
That was good. That was
Woo!
impressive.
That was well done.
Pretty
Yeah.
dang good, and
Good,
that's the
yeah.
time.
There we go, bang.
Roll the clip.
10 out of 10. There we go.
Welcome back. Last week, while the party was slightly split up for a moment, as Trish headed off to find Olivar, having been given a clue, a lead on where to find some discreet long-distance weaponry. Trish found herself in what could only be described as an adult store. But in the back room, after having met Olivar, the owner of the store, was shown a small selection of what can only be described as easy-to-hide self-defense utensils. After some conversation and some persuasion, Oliver sold a satisfier to Trish. A small, easy-to-hide gun to be used in emergencies. While that was going on, Forrest and Tinker were having a conversation about boundaries and expectations on roommates. As Tinker had managed to destroy the entire room they were renting for a couple of nights, leaving Forrest without a bed.
Sad.
Mirel conversed with Action, a member, a worker, part of the staff in the Daughters of Flame, who you've also seen several times being what can only be described as adept in tough situations. The two of you agreed to head into the sewers come sundown to deal with the leech problem. Mirel wanted to see if the leeches were open to coaxing back into the ocean rather than just outright killing them. And Action mentioned that there will most likely be little creatures made out of dust and slime and debris that he would definitely not leave alive. As the evening came, Tinker and Trish left to participate in the charity ball hosted by the family Red Glow within one of the fancier districts of the city. You paid the entry fee, you went inside, and while Trish was caught in various events occurring at this ball, mingling and somewhere between being scolded again and apologized to, Nyla Argwig seemed to maybe reach out a helping hand, offering Trish some advice in how to hide her identity better. While all this was going on, Tinker was on the lookout for someone he could scam, and ended up instead being Shark Tanked. I think the words used were, he thought he found a whale, but he ended up in the mouth of a shark. Yep. But
Actually, a dragon.
Actually, a dragon. No. But possibly still an interested investor in some of the ideas that Tinker had. The conversations were coming to a close when everyone was heading outside to see a fire show, when Trish caught something. The door leading to the back room where the various items that were up for auction were stored. In there, one of the servers, not the one that you had clocked being near identical to your friend Mirel, but another one of the servers for this event, was currently being scolded, berated, yelled at by the hostess. You went there maybe to see if you could help in any way, when the hostess stepped outside and excused herself. And as you reached for the door to check in on the server, scream came from within, and the door burst open as the fool's gold wolf tore through and into the now empty ballroom. But we are going to come back in, as Josie has forgotten to do one of the most important tasks of all of these things, which is there's no music.
Didn't want to interrupt the flow, but there is no music. Yes.
Working on
Yeah,
it.
you were so engaging, we didn't even notice.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that there was even some.
It was all that fish talk. We just kind of just.
Ooh.
There we go.
In the sewers of Hague, Forrest, Action, and Mirel find themselves looking around. Mirel spotting in one end towards the west what looks like a small humanoid figure calling out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your tail!" And at the same time, Action has jumped over the water flow to the other side and proceeded to, with much prejudice, take out another similar creature when he spots a tender leech in the water not far away. But he also looks down quizzically at the sewage itself, the level seeming to be a lot lower than what he's used to.
Oh.
And that's where we're gonna come back in. Mirel and Forrest, what's the plan?
Oh goodness.
Mirel, you do see from what is a small hole in the wall on the other side, you do have some light. You see this little figure call out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel!" And there's a rat that's backing up slowly with a very long tail spilling out through a hole down the wall.
I think she's gonna stare at it for a moment because she has not seen any one of these except for the one that Action just stomped on.
And I don't
And
think
she's
anyone's
gonna-
prepared for Rapunzel.
I didn't prepare for Rapunzel. I had a week to prepare for Rapunzel and I still didn't. So, yeah, she just wants to like maybe sort of raise a hand to like ready a spell and then just hold it and be like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And I kind of look to Morel for, because she's already made it clear that we don't want to necessarily kill the tendril leeches, so it's sort of just like, waiting for direction, I suppose.
Mm. Oh, I suppose if Morel looks over and you gesture that there is one there, she might leave Rapunzel alone for now and maybe go back
Yeah.
and get him later.
Yeah.
You do hear like a couple of more voices in that direction going, "Ooh!"
Oh my god, they're having a play! I can't kill them in the middle of a play! Oh my god, okay. She's gonna go this way. And then if Action looks questioningly at her, she's gonna be like, I cannot disrupt the theater. And
And he looks at you disappointedly before he's still like eyeing down towards the sewage, like he's just looking at it, like he's trying to take it in. And then he like cocks his head backwards towards the tender leech that you can see, and it's just slowly, you can see this is one of those engorged ones, and it's just slowly like slurping in sewage, like it's just opening its mouth and just grabbing a whole chunk of bottom sludge and eating it.
Bottom sludge. Quite literally.
Your choice of words, impeccable.
right, yeah.
I'm just trying to paint the picture
Yeah, no.
as clearly
You're
as
painting something
possible.
Really well. She will see Action's disappointed face and be like, I will do it after the performance. There's a rat there. What if it gets in the way? And then let's see, where is my little guy? Over here? There he is.
Yeah.
So, how are we supposed to take this without hurting it?
I think I'm just going to yell at it again. And
Oh,
just walk away.
no.
He is shoveling bottom sludge, Orb. He needs a little bit of guidance.
And as you pass by, Action sort of like catches your eyes for a moment and says, I've given you the benefit of the doubt, but if that thing goes hostile, I'm not hesitating.
And she'll just nod and she'll go up to it. Maybe not super far.
It's just going to be sticking
Like,
close
yeah,
protectively.
stick close to me. And I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but I had in my mind that she didn't bring everything down to the sewers with her because it's gonna be gross. But she did have that mesh bag from when she bought like the different clothes and stuff. So she was gonna fill that with some of the rations, which I imagine was the fish portion. Like she wouldn't probably bring down veggies.
So how many rations are you willing to sacrifice?
Let me see how many I had. Did I have it written down? Do I have notes? No. Why would I have notes? So I have 9 rations. So I think I was going to bring like 3.
Okay.
But maybe not use them all.
Okay, but you're putting 1 in the bag for now.
Yeah. Like, well, she would have like 3 in the bag, but she would maybe have 1 or a bit of 1 out just to see. Okay. It's going to be a How to Train Your Dragon moment here.
Okay.
Fish. Yeah.
It doesn't seem aware of you. It seems much too busy enjoying its meal currently. It's just keeps scraping at the bottom and just munching. And you can hear a sloshing crunch as the various teeth almost fold back in, just like crunch. Crunch.
Right. Okay. Look, she might stay where she is and then just kind of call out to it. Hello, little big body. Hello. Hey. Are you listening?
It sort of like turns up. Still got like sewage spilling out of its open maw cavity and turns in your direction.
Is there any way to tell? I think a lot of the leeches look the same, but this wouldn't be the leech that like we found last time, right?
Make an intelligence check or a perception check.
Perception. Okay, I can do perception.
This is the same leech.
If it's the same, 17.
17. It's not the same.
Not the same leech. Okay, that's fine. She's just going to kind of dangle a little bit of the fish and go, you're eating literal shit. Would you like a fish?
Make an animal handling check.
Oh, God. It's a 20.
It's a 20. You dangle the fish in front of this creature, and you can just hear like a heavy, almost swallow sound. It just gulps down whatever sewage it had in its mouth, and it slowly like moves through the sewage, just leaving this thick trail behind it, where it slowly fills back in. And it puts its head, like some of the teeth are like protruding out as its face is unable to fully pull itself in as it might want to. And you can see that it starts opening, like letting out these teeth. And it seems to be going for the food that you're holding.
Okay, yeah, we'll give it a little bit of food. We'll give it, you know what? I'll try half a ration. How's that? I'll give it half a ration.
I mean,
or just the whole ration. Yeah, that's fine.
What are you holding in your hand?
My hope was that I was holding like either a small or medium fish, but if not, some sort of meat.
Okay.
Something like that. Like
Yeah, it opens its mouth and it looks like it's about to almost take your entire hand into its mouth.
No, I'll give it a little toss so that we don't.
Yeah, you give it a toss and it slams again. It gets like stuck on one of the many teeth, and it just folds back in as much as it can and starts like munching.
And then Morel's not getting too much closer, but going, "Is that good?"
It goes up all the way onto the walkway and is just coming in your direction slowly. Out of the sewage, it is definitely not as quick, but it is large, it is swollen, and it's just coming towards you. The mouth still opening and closing.
Mirel, is this okay?
I think so, Forrest. All right. And oh, you know what? I've got stuff for this. I've got an app for that. I've got a cantrip for that. Oh no, I don't have a cantrip. I have a spell. I am gonna create some water and hold it in like a little orb shape.
Okay.
And just kind of hold it, and then
The spell Create Water creates a lot of water.
how much water are we talking?
I should say in your spell.
Huh.
It is a lot of water.
10 gallons of water. Oh, that's
Yeah.
That's a lot of water.
A lot
That's
of
a lot
water.
of water.
And I think it also says you need a container. Like, you don't make it just appear, like, and just spill out.
Is a Tendrilleach a container?
Don't.
Look, I've had this conversation with a couple of people.
I mean,
I was
it does
thinking the same
contain
thing, though.
stuff, I guess.
All right. Well,
not even
you
there.
know, in that case, that's okay. What we can do is we can just shape water instead, because sewage is made of some sort of water. So I know
Sure.
there's water in
Sure.
there. And she'll just kind of take a little bit of it and put it like in a little, still in like a little orb or like a little, maybe more of a flat surface. And then she'll kind of like simulate little waves going on it. Even though she knows it can't see, so I don't know why she's doing this, but just to prove her point, because I just remember they can't see. And then she'll say,
See, it's true.
do you want to go to the sea? Knowing that it can't understand her at all.
I'm going to ask you to make another animal handling check, but with a disadvantage, because you're trying to read its body language.
Oh, and it's like,
A leech.
Yeah.
You could supposedly try an insight.
yeah, no, that's okay. We'll do animal handling. So it's either going to be,
Could,
it's going to
It's
be a
either
7, no matter what.
would I be able to roll an
It's a
insight
7 or
to
a
see
7.
whether it's
Seven
like
or-
whether this is
Yeah,
whether
I will say,
aggression
I
is
will say
coming?
your knowledge of wild animals and beasts, you could definitely make an insight check or an animal handling check.
Because I'm not trying to handle. I just want to know if it's about to try and nom either of us more than anything.
That's a good thing to
Free
check.
to roll.
18.
18. It looks very nommy, but it's not. It's more of a generic. Like, this thing is just looking for food. It can tell there's food around,
Mhm.
and it's just following its instinct to go to where the food is.
Yep.
So like if Mirel has food on her, it might go for Mirel because it's going for food. It's got that kind of vibe. It's not avoiding any of you to prevent you from getting harmed. It just wants to eat.
Yeah.
Inconsequential. Which way is the sea?
Well, back up.
Oh, and
We can't get to the sea through the sewers. They've been closed off.
oh, all right.
Can we open them?
I don't know. How much dynamite do you have?
What's a dynamite?
Yeah, I thought so. No, the if this were the new sewer systems, it wouldn't be a problem. But this is the old sewers. They've been shut off for 40 years, maybe. They don't connect to anything. Like, they're even the various parts of the city have been disconnected from each other.
Right.
All right.
So we'd have to get them to the surface and through the commons. Sorry, I thought you had a plan.
Oh no, I do have a plan. I do have a plan. This was the plan, and now, and she's kind of like, she's taken sort of part of a fish out, and she's sort of like scooting back with the fish, like, yeah, come. Like, this was the plan. And
Just
now
gonna
we
take all
need
night.
another plan.
If you're gonna bring them one by one, you're gonna need a lot more food.
All right. I'm getting food delivered as we speak.
Is Cuddly the tender leech all along?
I am the tender leech the whole time. Yeah, okay, so
We don't even know how many are down here.
no, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking, but we got one. One is better than none.
I mean, that's true and all, but are you gonna lead them out one by one, all the way down to the sea?
I was sort of thinking of having a little line of them, like they would all, just ducks in a row, but they are leeches in a row, so.
Yeah.
Look, I've never done this, all right? So,
Well, me neither. But I definitely thought you sounded so confident.
thank you.
So, do we go get the next one now?
Do we let this one keep following us? Do we leave it here?
Well, let's see. And she might, if Forrest is happy to scooch, she might also scooch like 5 feet this way, see if oh, that's right, we can stand on the same square now. She might see if the tender leech is like interested in following.
It follows.
It follows? Okay. Happy beans. Like, if we were to have it follow us, how slow would we be going?
Very slow.
Very slow. They are very slow.
Yeah, this is gonna take forever. I don't know if I can just hang out and watch this.
Is there anywhere we can keep them, like a kennel?
I have a net. She does have a net, like, attached to her belt.
How many
But I do not know if they
leashes
would
are
like
down
it.
here anyway?
Oh gosh, yeah, this place is big. I don't even know how much area you want to try to cover.
I was
Poor Morel.
not prepared for decisions.
You're the one who asked me to come down here. Would you like it if I took charge?
No, she's like panicking now. She's like, but if you know the sewers, then maybe, but not
I do.
really.
I've been here more than a few times.
All right. If I go and blow your little dust friends to smithereens, will you tell us where to look? And then we
I
just
don't know where to look. I
You
just
know,
know
you
where
know the
not to go
sewers.
to get a dead end.
That's good enough.
Okay,
And
sure.
Murrell's
Yes,
gonna
if we
try
deal
and,
with those, they're going to be out of our way, and we can focus.
Yeah.
Because trust
Morale
me, they
will-
will come and get in the way of things. That's just what they do.
I mean, if we're already eating bottom sludge, like a little slime dust ball isn't gonna be too much different, right? All right, we're taking the leech. Go get him.
Taking the leech. I will let you know that the leech has a speed of 10. while on top. When it's down in the sewage itself, it's much faster.
Do you know what? Okay, she's just gonna just because I want to know, because this seems like a reasonably friendly leech. She's gonna turn back to it, and she's just gonna like whisper at it. Can you understand me in primordial?
Okay. Its head definitely cocks up towards you, and it seems a lot more attentive.
Ah! Aha! All right, and then she's gonna.
I'm gonna ask: does Forest speak primordial?
God, no.
Okay. So, what does it sound like to Forest, who's standing next to Mirel?
I feel like it would be very. It would be very weird because it would be a little guttural, but it would also seem like it was kind of far away, like almost an echo. Like it was almost muted in a way, as if she's speaking very much from the back of her throat. Yeah, and it almost sounds like you can't quite hear where the sound is coming from. It would be low, but like, yeah, it would be, I'd say.
I will say with your animal handling check and with speaking primordial to it, you definitely got its attention.
Woo! All right, then she's gonna go, we're going to get you out of here, but we want all your friends to come. We want to take you to the ocean. And then she does this, and then she's like, oh my god, it cannot see me.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, no. 7. You don't want to go.
7. It's not so much that it doesn't want to go, it just doesn't seem to have that deep of an understanding of words. Like, maybe it just recognized the way you were speaking, but it doesn't know words.
Freaking fish every time.
Do you have a lot of food? Maybe we could put a lot of food in one place so that they'll gather there and wait.
We could.
I don't know how long
yeah.
they'll...
Mirel could go and put some food back where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's gonna do that. You know what? She's gonna do that. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm going.
As you're walking away with the light, Forest, and this thing, by the way, is following Mirel.
Oh.
Oh, good.
The light is leaving, so Forest, you're suddenly in a fairly darkish space. Like it's still light coming your direction from her spell, but the corners, the deeper parts of the sewer is like shadows are coming back in, and you definitely hear movement in the sewage.
As in, like, in the liquid parts.
Yes.
I'm gonna use Divine Sense.
This is a great opportunity to let everyone know that we've done some tweaking to make it more of a forest special. Would you like to share with us which creature types, as opposed to the usual paladin creature types? You can sense.
So for forest, traditionally Divine Sense will give you Celestials, Fiends, and Undead's location within 60 feet. But for forest, he gets Fae, Monstrosities, and evil-aligned humanoids.
Ooh.
And evil is quote-unquote. For
Right.
It's yes.
That's
yes.
cool.
with an asterisk.
With an asterisk. No, yeah, you get like monstrosity pings from both the one that's following Mirel, but also from what is essentially just next to you, moving through the sewage right now.
Oh, great.
Oh.
And you said 60 feet?
60
Those
feet.
are the only two.
Yep. It's also that it's not behind total cover as well. So
yeah. So you get two. One that's obviously the one following Mirel, and another one that's catching up while like sloshing through the sewage.
Mirel, There is another
Yes.
one in the sewage. I can sense another one following you.
Yeah, and as it comes into the light, you do see like in the sewage there's this well
And I'm sort of just
almost
kinda,
of
like-
water as it's coming closer, and there is one that's just swimming through the sewage.
Ah.
Well-
Oh, all right. Josie, is this the one I saw before?
No,
We're not in the right area. Gotta take my little cooing baby back to the ocean.
Is that what this is all about?
It's
Just bringing
absolutely
up
got me
one-
right.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't think I need to discuss my character.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, fair call. Fair
Yeah. Okay, so that's 2. That's great. She'll go, and she's gonna go a little bit closer. It's still
Yeah.
down there, yeah? Yeah?
yeah, it's starting to, as you come closer, it's definitely like moving its head in your direction.
And she's got a little bit more of the food.
I will say you will have to get rid of one more ration
Yeah,
as you use
that is
this food
fair
to essentially breadcrumb trail these creatures in your direction.
I would say, yeah. So I would have 1 left. That's okay. That's okay. And then she's gonna, because the other one like kind of responded to primordial, she's just gonna blanket statement like just go for that language the first off, and
Okay.
she's gonna say, "Here you go. Now come to the ocean." And she's gonna like throw it as she says it.
Make another persuasion check.
Yes.
As that is happening, Forest, behind you in what is very dim light now, I believe. I mean, there's still some light. But you see Action sort of vault over the small rickety railing down into the sewage itself.
Ugh.
Ugh.
And just like slough. And you see it goes up to like just above his knees.
Hmm.
And he puts a hand on this walkway and looks down under it. And he seems to be looking for something.
Oh.
With a 13, you get a stronger reaction from these creatures as you like accentuate the word ocean in primordial as well. You definitely have their attention. You're not sure yet if they know what you're trying to convey, but their attention is locked on you. And while this is happening, you can also hear whispering from behind you, essentially. You can hear, "What is going on over there? It's the filthy ones, the horrors. Rapunzel, don't look. They will turn you to dust."
No! I am so tempted to be like, just get him! We will go a little bit further this way. And then she will also look back and see Action in the sewer and be like, "That is disgusting, by the way."
What are you looking at?
Give me my babies.
Are you asking Action?
Yeah.
Action says, "There's something down here. The sewage is usually a lot higher than this. I just caught something in the light when Murel passed by."
Oh.
And he looks like he's about to squat down and like crab walk his way under this walkway.
I wouldn't be able to help him look even if I went over there.
I mean, you might. You don't know. I mean, it's dark, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, he's got dark vision. I don't.
Yes, he does.
Action, are you all right?
Yeah,
Sort of
I'm
cognizant that I-
fine.
All right, do not fall behind.
He says he's fine, but you can definitely hear his voice. Like, he's a bit like, "Ooh."
Like, I'm fine.
Yeah. There's like a little bit. He's definitely trying to hide it.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go in here. We see these same little. If I look over there, same little
Yeah.
minions.
Yeah, but there are now several of them kind of lined up, looking like, like nosy neighbors, like looking over, like staying on their side, but like,
Mhm.
what's happening? Like talking amongst themselves.
And you know what? Morel's going to get an idea because Cuddly got an idea earlier, and she's just going to be like, "Do you want to see?" She'll call to the.
And you like at that point, Action just stands up and looks in your direction, like angrily.
Action, it is fine. If they eat sludge, they're going to eat dust.
And these creature says, "No, we're quite all right over here."
Yeah, but you're literally free rations. I can't just let you... I can't just let you be there. All right. Oh, Mirel's
You can
gonna
see them
regret it.
slowly moving away as well.
Moving
like,
away.
yeah.
You might want to give the music a poke, Josie.
What?
You might want to give the music a poke.
It's on. It's just very quiet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even hear it.
Oh. I mean, I can try. Here we go. Let's try some other.
Just having a look at what I can do.
Wait, hold on. I can also do... be ready, the music might get very loud. I realize the global volume in Sirenscape is very low. So, Rodu, just be ready, that volume might pop.
I like it.
There we go.
It is lovely.
Yes. The global volume in Sirenscape was at 40% for some reason.
Beautiful.
Okay, you know what? We're just seeing Action down there and then seeing my little friends over here. I'm gonna make a bit of a detour, and she's gonna be like and get down in the sewage.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to make a charisma saving throw.
Wait.
Well, actually, first, a constitution saving throw.
Oh, that didn't go very well. I got an 8. Oh, do I get advantage with my mask at all?
You would, yes. If you read what it does, you do have to...
I take one of the...
Yes, it would use up what charge?
1 charge, okay. And then I automatically get a... where are you?
What does it say?
Where are you? Hold on. There we are. Filtered mask. Yes. I can expend 1 charge to add 1d4. Okay. I will absolutely do that. Yep. Oh, please let me. There we go. So 1d4. So what was that? An 8. Let's see what we get. A 9. All right. So much better.
A 9, sadly, not enough. You are considered poisoned while in the sewage.
Okay.
You can reattempt to save once you're out of it.
Okay. Beautiful.
But I now need you to make a charisma saving throw
as
Mirel, you just feel like this wet, heavy liquid pressing against your legs. The filter in the mask is like barely doing anything right now.
Yeah.
And you just can't help but imagine what it would be like without the mask.
It's only a 13.
It's only a 13. Let me just...
Oh, I did get oozed, you're right.
Let me double check something. Yeah, so Forrest, you see as Mirel starts choking, almost like out of the mask, a thick gas starts like seeping out and surrounding her.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
She's just dry heaving and coughing and wheezing, and it's almost like there's something building up within the mask, and every now and then it's pushed away, and this fume almost just billows out.
I'm just gonna run over, and I'm just gonna.
I need you as soon as you step close. I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma.
No, not a charisma saving throw. You just automatically take. What's your charisma stat again? Cuddly.
It's 15. It's a +2.
It's a 15. Okay, a Constitution saving throw against Mirel's spell save DC is what we need from Forrest.
Oh,
Okay. 17.
17, I believe, is a success.
That is well
So
done.
what is your charisma modifier?
Mine? My charisma?
No, sorry, for
Sorry.
Mirel.
Mine just
Charisma modifier
+2. It's just
+2.
15. Yeah.
So you take 2 poison damage, Forrest,
Oh.
as you step within this fume that's being expelled from Mirel.
Well, get out of there. And I'm just going to try and like bodily haul
As
her
you
out of whatever.
pull her out of it, you realize that the fumes are coming from the mask itself, like from and like within it, and it's just like billowing out, and she's just.
No, leave me. And she's trying to like get back in the sewer, and
just
she's,
kind of just
she's
going to
holding
like
a hand out. Yeah.
pat her back. Just
Yeah.
like.
As you get pulled out of the sewage, you do get to make another Constitution saving throw, and it's also like as soon as it started, it almost sounds like you run up, you breathe in some of this forest, you pull her out, and as you says to leave her, you realize that these fumes have stopped, and
Lost an orb.
We lost one.
lost an orb. We're checking
Hang on.
stuff. His internet died. Been
Oh.
confirmed. Internet
That's-
died.
Odd. He went off to go get a jacket and then he just never came back.
I mean, he's been sitting there for a while on my end.
Oh, really?
Forgive the camera placement while we're missing a person.
Sorry.
Do I double it up?
We should double it up, right? Double or nothing.
It's as we always say, it's not a real stream without.
Technical difficulties.
Yes, that's the. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Hold on.
I'll just be a corner guy for now.
He's a corner guy.
Somehow I'm okay. I'm just
Yeah, I know,
chilling.
I'm
in
just
this
Yeah,
chilling
spot.
on the
you
bottom,
two
but
are
it's
somehow
like
absolutely
aggressive,
fine.
you know.
Yeah. Woo!
Wait,
So
that
so
didn't work. Hold on.
cuddly about
Why
that
didn't
plan.
why didn't that
Oh,
work?
it's a terrible plan. There was never a look. I rolled a good persuasion.
Hold on.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
shit's mine thing is crashing.
Oh,
Well, now
Oh God.
hey.
Yeah, hold on. I don't know why my Google Meets just had an aneurysm or something.
Oh. Seems to be good now.
Google.
There we go. There we go.
Yay! Good job.
All right, let me see if I can put you back in the right spot.
Sorry, everyone. We'll get back into it in
There we
just a
go.
moment.
Just
These
a
things
moment.
do happen. Unfortunately.
Stop these things from happening. These things
Things.
not
For the
happen.
past 3 years, these things do happen. Which is so apt right now. because it's been 3 years.
Yes, we're all fixed now.
Yay!
Everyone's where they should be.
Absolutely.
Amateurs. So,
Yes.
let's try to get us back in.
So I have rolled a 17.
17.
on
Yeah,
my-
the next time you step into it, you prepare yourself, you get in, like you step down into the sludge once again. You steady your breathing. You feel like the moment has passed, you got through it, the worst is over. And Forrest, you're like standing there, like coughing a little bit, like waving in the air, and these fumes are quickly dispersing.
Mm. And you might see Morel even like take the mask down for just a second and almost blow the
The remainder out,
like
yeah.
off like the remaining gas out, and it's like it's emerging from her mouth, and then she puts the mask back on really quick.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Sorry. Are you all right?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm okay.
Yeah, the tender leeches do come closer, and while they were interested in the food, one of them does seem to nuzzle up against Mirel a little bit, like pulls its teeth in and just bump at her.
Oh, I got
The little head bump.
a little happy head bump. All right.
And then you hear, "They're coming!" And that you hear like tiny footsteps. Like,
Oh no, you don't. She's going after him.
I will say it is considered difficult terrain. So
I
as
know.
you just like start trudging through, the tender leeches are like very quick.
Oh, let's go.
You.
And they just start like almost just swimming through. They're like slurping through the sewage, and disappear off to the side, just like whoop, whoop, and Action still standing behind, like just like taking in what is going on, like. Okay, and he just gets back up on and starts walking. So, Mirel, what is your intention with this?
My intention was
guess
to, I
I'm just gonna follow it.
suppose, see how much further this
I'm gonna
area
need a
goes.
con save from Forrest as he steps into
Oh.
the sewage.
Ooh.
Whoop. 15.
Oh, you.
15, you're fine.
Oh yeah,
You-
baby.
You've walked through swamps, you've been through refuse.
I've seen worse.
You've maybe seen worse, but it's very concentrated and it's very different, but it's nothing new necessarily. It's like same shit, different place.
Yep.
Literally.
Yep.
Literally.
Literally. Yes, my intention to go down here is one, to get the tender leeches a snack, because and also two, because I did say, like, we shook on it, that I would destroy any little dust gremlin things that I saw. And Mirel did notice that Action was disappointed, so she went, all right, fine, I'll clear some out, and I will get them snacks while doing it. And then she was also thinking, because we haven't been over there, maybe there's one more that we can gather, and we could just get like 3 and get out. So that's her thought process here.
Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask the two of you to roll initiative.
Oh!
Oh my god. Oh, I didn't
Wait,
select my boy
I was
before I
just gonna
rolled.
say, I need to select my girl first. Okay, there we
Wow,
go.
wow. That means I should definitely re-roll that too, right? Well, that was a lot of dice rolls.
Yeah, I'm rolling for everything.
Oh, geez. Wait, what do you mean everything?
What do you mean? There's a
Oh.
lot of stuff going on now.
Ooh, look
Are
at
we supposed to be able to see all their
nat
initiatives?
20 for my bloated tender
Yes.
Ah, okay, cool.
Love that for me.
I haven't figured out how to hide things in the initiative tracker.
There we go. All right, did I roll a...
Sorry,
I rolled
Action.
He's probably got way more decks than me though, so he's still not going to be
No,
last.
he's got a 2 total. I left you know.
Oh, no.
You got a what?
He got a 2 total.
Ah,
We love that
same
for you.
initiative. Let's go.
I totally
Yeah, what
thought
did you
I
get
got
for
it.
Forrest?
But I got an 8,
A
so
2.
I'm
A
sad.
2. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to manually update represent initiative value. And do remember, everyone, that those allies who share initiative do get to coordinate. Just so that you're all aware. Which means that Forest and Action, you are considered to be on the same initiative, so you can coordinate maneuvers for the purpose of rule of cool. But also, remember that none of you have dark vision, and you're currently relying on Mirel's light.
100%. Yep.
And I also gotta click that button. No, that's not what I'm not making lamps. Stop.
But have you heard the good word about lamps, Josie?
Have you...
I
you
have,
a
I
moth?
have.
You're not.
So, first up,
out.
one of the bloated tender leeches is going to move full speed up and is going to try and nab at one of these creatures.
Absolutely heck 'em up. Get 'em.
Uh,
My pretties.
your pretties. It's going to roll an attack. Unfortunately, it only got a 9 to hit.
No!
Which is not enough, so it goes to like chomp like upwards, but it's currently down in the sludge. The lowered water levels make it harder for it to reach all the way up. It tried to grab at one of these little humanoid things that are leaving wet footprints, and you can see as you're trying to come up close, they're like expelling dust as they're running, and they have facsimiles of clothes that's just trash that have formed into clothes. And with that, the Rapunzel is going to retaliate.
No!
So Rapunzel is going to try and bite back at the Tender Leech.
No!
For a 14 to hit, which is just enough.
No! I hate it here. I should have just brought my 2 to safety.
Let's see. Rapunzel deals 6 points of piercing damage.
Oh, damn.
Oh shit.
Oh, bam!
That damsel did not need saving.
Oh shit.
And I'm going to have to make a Constitution saving throw for the Tender Leech. It succeeded. It is fine. And then we have two of the little humanoid creatures. They're just gonna gut it. No, because you don't have vision that way. Unfortunately.
No, none of us do.
Oh, I'm not even there.
They're gonna just start running. They yell, "Everyone for themselves!" Speak the commander! And they just start running. Second Tender Leech also just gonna. Oh, that was.
God.
I got them all mixed up. You're not supposed to be the damaged one. Stop that.
Stop.
Sorry, everyone. This is. Oop.
It's my fault.
No, it's not. It's gonna come up and it's gonna try to attack Rapunzel. I do believe a 17 will hit. It for sure hits Rapunzel.
Okay.
Rapunzel takes 6 points of damage, and you hear an ear shrilling, "No, Rapunzel!" As the rat squeals out. And I'm gonna make a saving throw. Rapunzel fails the saving throw and falls dead to the ground.
Am I the bad guy?
As Rapunzel falls over, you hear, "Rapunzel, my beloved, I will avenge you." Mirella, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. I need to see what the hell is going on here. So I'm gonna go. Let's see. I have 30 feet of walking.
It is half speed while you're in the sewage.
Okay, so I could probably get 15 pretty comfortably.
Yes.
Yeah, what? I see 2 up there. I see 2 there. All right. Well, Rapunzel is dead, so I'm going to target the beloved, I guess.
Okay.
And just put him out of his misery, probably.
Oh shit. Okay, here we go.
Brutal.
Well, I shook on this.
It's true.
Let's see.
Deal's a deal.
Deal is a deal, baby. How close do I have to be? No, not that.
Okay, action and forest are next up, by the way.
I'm just gonna, I might shoot a little chaos bolt at it, just for funsies.
Just for funsies.
Just for funsies, yeah. Actually, no, I'm a liar. I'm gonna hit it with a firebolt. Sorry. Yep, that's it. Let's see if it hits.
Okay, do it. Just do it.
16 to hit.
16 will definitely hit.
All right.
Are you shooting the one next to Rapunzel, who's currently grieving?
I am, but I only rolled 1 damage. So I set him on fire.
He goes, and you see like a bit of dust poof off him, and he's like, Rapunzel, I'm going to see you soon. As you see small smolders like catching on the burnt off piece of him. It's still your turn. You do have some movement and a bonus action left. You have 5 foot of movement left.
5 foot of movement. I have
And a bonus action.
in. Yeah, I'll just move closer, but I won't do anything because there's not too much I can do. I'll just move a little closer and just be like, I'm sorry. And then that's all she'll say because she just doesn't know what else to say.
Okay. Next up then, action and forest.
Alrighty. Alright, so difficult terrain, right? So
Yes.
10, 20, 30, I guess. Oh, actually.
Yep.
Gotta go 10 and then like...
Yeah.
Up
Well,
onto-
not since it's a hard corner.
Oh, alright, I can't really see when I've got myself selected. Alright, so I'll go 20.
Yep.
And then...
Action is going to dash. He's just gonna get up here.
Is he gonna use an action to dash?
Whoa.
He did use his action to dash. And
And then I
He's
guess that would be
gonna
30 there.
Yep.
Alright, I don't know. What's the range here? You know, why not? I'll try and toss a javelin at the dust boy.
Okay, do it.
Just spit him out of his misery.
Yeah, basically 13.
13 hits,
Hey,
Oh, good.
8 damage.
8 damage. You chuck the javelin. It impacts with the torso of this tiny individual who's just standing there, holding out a hand towards Rapunzel and says,
Hurt.
yeah, and he just holds out a hand. I love you. And then he's just dispersed into small bits of just debris, trash, and dust just strewn out on the ground.
And Morel's gonna turn to action and be like, what the hell?
And Action looks at you and says, get them. It's then one of the bloated leech's turns, who is going to just
Eat
keep
them!
going.
Yes!
He's going for it.
Eat them! Sorry.
And he for sure hits. With 7 points of damage. It tries to eat one of these creatures. You can barely see as the teeth connects. It just like turns into a dust cloud.
Oh no, they're not even a good snack. They're a terrible snack. I've done this to my leeches.
Rodeo, we've been asked to turn the music down.
Oh, it's so down. Okay, I turn more down.
And then the last remaining one of these little creatures is gonna run away. It's gonna try to make a jump. It fails and lands into the sewage and is now struggling, trying to swim through the sewage across.
This is how Jaws was made.
The second tender leech, now being able to sense the creature in the water, is just gonna go up. Yeah, a 19 plus stuff hits. That's enough damage. And just, again, tries to eat this thing, gets a mouthful of dust and sludge. And that's where we end this current combat. But you can hear voices from further in saying, Commander, there are more coming behind us.
Oh no.
And Action is just gonna keep on running.
Okay, and then Morel's like, hey, Commander, You did not tell us they were. And he's not listening to her, so she just.
And Asher says it's just the same.
I
Come on,
can't- wait.
Forrest.
Oh, right. Wrong tool.
Oh.
Coming.
Wrong tool.
Can I try and see if I can recover my javelin?
Yeah, it's right there. It's just like skid a couple of feet on the ground.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And Morel will kind of hang back, actually, like as Forrest comes up and be, "Are you all right?"
Or I didn't get a scratch. It's all right.
As that is happening, we're gonna do a quick little pivot.
Oh,
Tinker, you've been led outside to watch the fire show with Madame Scarlet. As all of a sudden someone yelps, gasps, and people start like pouring against the windows looking inside as you see Trish slowly backing up, reaching for her sword as a somewhat golden green colored wolf, large, big enough for you to easily ride on with a friend. It's just stalking towards. It looks maybe somewhat injured, maybe malnourished. Can't give out all the details, but it's just stalking towards Trish.
Tinker looks up Madame Scarlet and looks deep into her eyes and goes, "Well, that's my cue." He lets go of her hand and scampers towards Trish.
Well, you're on the outside, and there's people like piled up against the door trying to get a look
He
inside.
navigates those legs like no tomorrow. He's an expert at this. He's done this. He's
Yeah,
burst
yeah.
through crowds before. He knows how to duck, weave, and dodge his way through these crowds.
Yep.
And
You get
he-
there to the door, and as you're going through the crowd, you feel a yank at the collar of your shirt. You look up and see a very familiar platinum blonde bob cut.
Oh,
Looks down at you. What do you think you are doing?
And Tinker smiles his mischievous smile, angles his head so his crown, the top of his head is angled just below her jaw, judging based on how Trish's illusion works, and says, "Growing taller," and activates the spring boots and leaps upwards.
I'm gonna say make an improvised attack roll. But you can use your intelligence. I'm gonna ask you to just roll a d20 and add your intelligence as you're trying to aim. I assume for her chin.
Yes.
like a rocket headbutt.
That's pretty much what he's doing.
this is so good.
Amazing.
That's a 16.
Yeah, you launch into the air, ba-doing, and to everyone else who's close enough to see, it almost looks like a fake hit as your head goes rocketing upwards. Nyla is launched back into the air with a high grunt, like ah, and it just like goes to hold her chin, and then realizes what's going on and has to readjust to her illusion. But you definitely felt impact. And she's knocked to the ground.
Excellent. Using this jump, he wants to.
You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Let's
by the
go.
way.
He wants to angle his legs so that he sort of finds purchase on the nearest person's shoulders, and then wants to spring over the crowd through the open doors inside the ballroom.
Okay, make an acrobatics check.
He looks so cool.
He better not screw this one up.
Oh my god.
Please work.
The
Nine.
door was unfortunately closed. You impact into the door, which whoever was holding it immediately lets go of. You take another point of bludgeoning damage, but you are launched into the room on your spring boots, and the door is promptly slammed behind you, shut.
Oh no.
You're prone on the ground, and we will get back to that encounter in just a bit. Hopefully, we do get Orb back around break time. But I just felt like we needed to know what was happening over there.
We absolutely did.
Can I just say, I've had that move lined up since she walked out of that interrogation room. I've set
Yeah.
the
Sitting there for
And you
minutes.
hit point on. That was
I'm so proud.
It's the true definition of premeditated.
yes.
Mhm.
Premeditated headbutt.
Premeditated?
Premeditated headbutt. Let me do a quick little check here.
I can't believe they have a commander. I don't know what we've gotten ourselves into. I'm leaving.
Okay.
I hate
I'm gonna just check a thing real quick while we're. Okay. No, that makes sense. Yes. Fuck. Not a light.
Eh.
No, I'm just doing things.
Oh,
we don't do
things.
things here.
Okay. It's just. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So what are you doing? Back to the sewer gang.
The sewer gang.
Sewer gang. Action jumps over
Oh.
the sewers and starts running and then slows down and puts himself up against a wall.
Okay. I mean, we're definitely gonna try and follow, but I don't know if I can jump that.
You can jump that. Depends. What's your strength score?
0.
No, score.
Oh, 10.
Okay, you can jump that.
Yes. Okay.
You jump across.
Yes.
I always forget how far you can jump in 5th edition.
It's usually your strength score is what you can do without needing any
Without any
extra
checks.
hooks. As long as you have a wind up. But this is definitely enough for Forrest to just get up through.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's strength 17, so... Yoink!
Yes.
Yeah. And Mirelle will, like, for what it's worth, she's gonna try and push her light as far to, like, over to this side as possible. But I know that she can't. It kind of lingers near her, so there's not that much she can do.
Yeah. So you definitely hear movement behind you. There's someone who calls, "Commander, we're being pincered from both sides. I suggest a tactical retreat." And then there's a voice that says, "No, soldier. We will go down for our people." And turns around. "Verm infantry, charge!" And I'm gonna need all of you to roll
Oh my gosh.
initiative again.
And Mirelle is furiously whispering in
thank God
Action's ear, like, they
Oh,
have
it's a
a
2
whole
again.
infantry.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, we love
Oh,
that.
it couldn't add it because an encounter hadn't been created, it said.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here
Well,
we
what
go.
did you get? I'll
It was
got
another
a-
2.
We got a... There we
Another
go.
2. We love that.
Another
Another
2.
two.
Yep. Look, he's nothing if not consistent.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Mhm, mhm.
Here we go. Lots of dice.
So many dice.
Lots of dice. That
Yes.
one. Let me just... Did music die?
Yes.
Yes.
It comes in and out.
I think it will... Is it on a re-looping?
Should be.
Yeah, it'll loop back in.
Okay, at the top of a round, one of the bloated Kendra leeches is actually gonna just go up here.
Oh,
It
Hi.
disappears
See
out
ya.
of view, and
Yeah.
it dashes. You hear sloshing, like echoing through the stone chambers and various sluiceways. It's just sloshing through the water, and you hear like the high-pitched squeal of a rat and the skittering of sharp claws on stone, as one of the verm infantry is going to attack.
Get out.
No.
Stay forever.
It definitely hits. It deals 4 points of damage to
No.
one of your friendly tender leeches.
No!
And the tender leech succeeds on its save. And then you see what can only be described as a heavily decorated dust person comes down towards you all and says, "So this is how I will meet my maker. Charge!" And it's gonna run forward and it's gonna stab Forrest in the shin. I
Wait,
believe
stop
a 5
that.
misses.
5 definitely misses, yeah.
Yeah, it's holding what looks like an old rusty nail, and it can't even pierce your boots. Like, thank you.
Oh no.
Mirel, it's your turn.
Hey, stop that.
Oh
Stop that.
no.
What are you
Look,
doing?
honestly, Morel's gonna hear like the squeals and she's gonna try and go this way.
He gets an attack of opportunity.
Good, do it! Do it!
It does a 14 hit.
Actually, it does.
You take 1 point of piercing damage as the rusty nail scrapes at you.
I'm not a
as you
rusty
pass
nail.
by.
Oh, shit.
And one of the rats, one of the verminfantry, also nips at you
Oh,
for
I see.
a 16 to hit.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even see. Yes, okay. That'll also hit. Yes.
Oh, well.
And,
You take
As we have the nail run, she'll be like, "Son of a bitch!"
you take 6 points of piercing damage from the rat, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, no.
Oh, she's not looking great. Constitution saving. Hold on, please hold. Oh, I've got a 17.
You got a 17. You're fine.
Yeah.
Well, be careful.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even see them.
Yeah, and you now see that there's a handful of these little dust individuals, and there's 2 rats, and you also see a not so bloated tender leech in the water, and that looks like it has a couple of stick marks in it, like it's been poked.
Oh no!
Oh no, it's fucking on. Nope. I feel no remorse for what I have done to these dust people.
Well, one of the dust people is going to run up to you and gonna try to stab you with what looks like.
What? Wait a minute, I haven't.
Oh,
cast
yeah,
my
sorry.
spells Yet. How
Sorry.
dare.
I
Just
You
so
sounded
excited
so-
to stab
I
you.
you
know,
just
I
sounded
know.
so done with your turn.
I know, I did sound very done. I'm
Yes,
very sorry.
but you do have an action and a bonus action,
Yes.
and then you have
I-
action back further down the
As-
corridor.
Yeah, as soon as I hate it here. As soon as Forrest is like, "Be more careful," Mirel is going to do mage armor on herself.
Yep,
So
yep,
have a 13 plus my dex, which will make it a 14, which is great.
That's your action.
That is my action, and then my other action is back there, as you already said.
Yep,
And
yep.
then I'm just gonna. I think she's just gonna like get ready. I imagine she would have had her dagger out, but just in case, you know.
Okay. Yep,
She's,
yep,
yeah, that's what we'll do.
Okay, now he runs up to you and goes to stab you with
fair.
what appears to be an old bone, like from a fish or something.
Disgusting.
Does a 3 hit you?
Look, a 3 is not gonna hit. It sounds like a floppy bone to me.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like
It's more like
one of those
cartilage.
rib bones. Yeah, and he goes to stab you with it, and it just bends and snaps, and he's like, the power of the armor. Our weaponry will never be able to take this. Commander, we must run. No, this will be our death. For the Empire!
Oh my god!
The tender leech in the water is gonna come up, and it's gonna try to bite at the rat.
I get it.
It unfortunately, I do believe, does a miss. No, wait, there's a chance. There's a chance. It misses, sorry. The rat that had bitten you, Mirel, is going to come for you.
Do it again? Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
the verminfantry comes. I do believe that's a 16 to hit.
Oh, yeah, no, that'll hit. Yep.
Yep. You take another 4 points of piercing damage, and
Yep.
I need a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. Constitution. Oh, that is a 22.
22, you're fine. Like,
Oh.
it numbs at you as this one little individual, like, their weapon bone snaps. The rat runs in and chomps through your boot. You feel like, definitely stung. And you see the morale of these small people is bolstered somewhat.
Hmm? Rat,
And
you.
this one that was also standing next to you is going to come and it's going to stab you
Okay.
with a 13 to hit.
Nope.
It goes to hit you. It looks like it's got a little pebble, like chewing gum attached to a like a chopstick. It goes like, "Hiya!" and the rock just flies off. Like, no. Action is gonna run in. No remorse. He's going to glaive attack the rat.
Oh, please do.
He gets a let's see. He actually misses his first attack.
Oh no!
But he has multi-attack.
Oh, we love that. Actually,
The second one hits, and I do believe this is just gonna. Yeah, this rat is barely alive. It with a one fell swoop, he slashes into it with his glaive. The rat lets out a yelp, and all of the dust people go, "Oh no, impossible!" And action is going to action surge.
Oh my god.
And he's gonna attack again. He kills the rat outright. Just dead. He hit his minimum damage is enough, and then he's gonna reach his glaive out and just try to shank out towards one of the other little dust people, who also promptly disintegrates. Poof.
Ow.
That works.
As he hits it, it's almost like as soon as his glaive edge makes contact, the little person just go poof. Just falls like a clatter, and you see a clatter like clay and old teeth just go across the ground. Forrest, it's your turn.
All right, so I've got this. I can sort of see there's a little one right next to me there.
Yes, that's the general, the
Oh,
commander.
shit.
Take out the general.
He says, "I will fell you, giant. Where you stand?
He says, like,
Titan among your people."
poking my boot with a nail.
Yeah, he's just going like, "Hiya, hiya." But he's doing like full moves. He's doing like spins, and he's like, "Hiya, ha, ha," but he's just like hitting your boot.
Can I like how big is it? How big is this thing?
This thing is probably not even a foot tall.
So like, if I were to reach down and just grab him with my hand,
Yeah,
would that be enough to simply restrain him?
probably.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna pick him up like a little doll and just hold him.
Yeah, you make an athletics check to grab him.
All right.
And I'm gonna make an acrobatics check to get out of it.
No.
I just
Gotta be the 10.
16.
16. Yeah, you reach down and you grab him, and he's like, with his little,
Like doing
his
little pirouettes and
rusty
stuff, I'm
nails,
just like,
he's just trying to like stab at your hand, and you just feel these little tiny pokes on the skin of your hand, and he's like, "Hiya! Let go of me, Titan! I will fell you!"
You stop that right now. And I'm gonna just move over here.
Yeah, and you're
Just-
like holding him.
Just holding
He's
him.
just-
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Why is never mind. Yeah.
I'm assuming that the grab was the action essentially.
That would have been your action. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Well then, that's it then.
That's it then? Okay, we're back at the
Bring
top
it over.
with the Tender Leech attacking one of the Vermin infantry. Hits. That was the wrong die. Yeah, the Vermin infantry is promptly swallowed whole by the bloated Tender Leech.
Honestly,
Tasty
Good.
rat. Yeah. Of course.
good. Yeah, good.
And the last remaining two of these tiny little dust individuals, they look around, they look at each other, give each other a nod, and they start doing like this very elaborate move where they're spinning around each other, and they're like, "Wah! Ha!" And you see like one grabs the other. They do what looks like a dance maneuver, grabs one to give more reach, and it comes up with his now snapped fishbone towards Mirel, towards your kneecap.
Oh shit! Imagine
With
if they
a
actually get me
16 to
down.
hit.
Oh my god, it hits.
You take 1 point of damage
Oh shit!
as he just lodges the fishbone. Oh,
I'm just
are
gonna
you
go
going
ahead.
to?
I'm just gonna intercept that. Yeah.
Okay.
Not
So
even one.
they do this maneuver. They come with a fishbone going for your kneecap, and Forrest just slaps them
I'm just
away.
like, no, stop that.
Billy Forrest is so unbothered. It's just kidding me. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, that's literally
beautiful.
its turn. Mirel, it's your turn.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna reach out to whatever one is closest. I'm just gonna shocking grasp it.
Okay, make
Yeah.
a melee attack roll. Spell
Yeah.
attack roll.
Yeah. That's a nat 22.
Oh shit! That is the opportune moment to bring out our homebrew crit rules.
Oh yes.
Oh,
I actually
true
don't have
that.
those open, so this is great.
Yeah.
got you, if you
So
Thank you, thank
So
you.
since you got a critical attack with lightning damage, the creature has a disadvantage on the dexterity saves until the end of their next turn.
Oh,
Lovely.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
And
that,
now,
yeah.
and now roll for damage for your critically attacked shocking grasp.
Get a load of the Emperor over here. One.
I mean, it is a crit, so it's still like ×2 because
Yeah,
it is a
me
crit.
too.
So you reach out, and it's like a very anticlimactic static charge sap, and the thing just goes like, and just disappears in an instant.
And I want to say that Mirel actually like bent down to do that, and just kind of like bent down, reached out, and just
Yeah.
and then
It just
like,
goes.
kind of looked back up at Forrest like, "What are we doing here?"
The Chandra Leech is going to crawl up onto the platform. It's going to attack the last remaining one. It hits and promptly proceeds to try and eat the last remaining little dust gremlin, and just goes like, eats it, and there's just like a little bit of what looks like some old rags ends up in its mouth that it just slurps up.
no.
But this creature, however, is
Mm.
not one that you've met before.
Okay. Well, I have one fish ration left, if I've been counting correctly, so I feel like we could, mayhaps use it. I'm gonna hold out the fish. Josie, I'm getting the fish.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
I'm getting out the fish, and I'm using Abyssal, and I'm gonna say, "We are your friends."
Abyssal? Whoa.
Not Abyssal. Oh my god. I'm embarrassing. I'm using Primordial. And I am going to say, "We are your friends," and hold it out. And Persuasion, where are you? Persuasion.
I will say, if you fail this persuasion check, you need a 12 or above. If you fail, combat will continue.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I got a 22.
22. Yeah, it just looks up at you as you speak these words, and it just nibbles. Being a lot smaller, it seems a bit dexterous with its maw, and it easily just like nibbles up what little food you are holding out.
Okay, I'm out of fish. I'm officially
Yeah.
officially out of fish. There we go. But I've got 3. 3 is better than none. Okay. And you said, Josie, it looked like it had been poked, like with sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's not doing too well.
Oh.
But you've got your 2 friends, friend religious. This one that now slurps up on the platform as well. It looks like it's leaking. It's been bit by one of the vermin infantry,
Oh,
and it is slowly leaking sewage out onto the platform.
no. All right.
I'm just gonna like dangle the commander out.
And he's just stuck there, just still like trying to poke at your hand.
I forgot you had him.
Yeah, I'm just holding him like, here you go, and I'm just gonna just toss him to the leech.
You toss him to the leech. The leech not being able to perceive visually. The general just says, "I will come back," before he lands and is impaled on one of the revealed teeth of the tender leech.
Oh my god.
Nom 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 nom.
And
Well, that was really weird.
yeah. And Morel is gonna turn to them and say, "Are you all both all right?"
Oh no, the wee one couldn't hurt me. You took a couple of scratches. Are you okay?
No, but I will be. Morel is very much not okay, by the way. She's on like 3 health.
Maybe
Those
just
freaking rats.
keep close. It's a bit dangerous down here.
Action will look at you, look around, and he looks mentally exhausted. He looks like he's at the end of his patience.
Yeah.
We are pretty exhausting.
Yeah.
It's true.
And Morel will say, "Shall we go?"
Action looks at you and says, "Are you sure? You don't look too great. You got a few of them. Do you want to turn back? Otherwise, I've got something that might help."
3 is better than none.
I mean, we could press on if you've got any way to patch up wounds. I got a couple of, and he reaches into one of his pockets and he holds up what looks like 2 small vials of watered down red liquid.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, on a scale of like 1 to Action's gonna leave us in the sewers, like, how is he looking?
He looks fine.
He looks fine. Okay.
He looks concerned. It's more that he was just in a very different headspace. But when he looks at you, there's genuine concern, and he does hold these 2 small, like smaller than a shot glass vials out towards you.
Yeah, Morel would take one of them and say, "I have money at the inn. Just keep me alive and I can pay you back."
Yeah, well, I can't really do too much myself. That's what I've got.
One for you, one for me, Forrest.
Oh, I am okay.
I only have 2. You 2 can take them.
I'm not
fine.
thirsty.
But do be like, but he says to you, Morel, now that you're holding both, make sure to only take a second one if you really need it.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah, they just look, it'll help perk you up, but if you take too many, it might become a problem.
All right. And she stows one of them, and then she will drink the other.
Okay, you can add to your inventory 2 cut healing potions.
Ooh.
What healing potions?
Nice.
Yes. So these are watered down healing potions, essentially.
Nice.
So if you drink one, you get 2 d4 hit points back, and you get 2 temporary hit points instead of the usual 2 d4 plus 2 healing.
Nice. Okay, so I will be taking one right now because I'm looking pretty sad. I get 7 back. We love that for me.
Pretty
That's
good.
a great roll.
Pretty darn good. And then 2 temp. Beautiful.
I mean,
I'm feeling
7 is half of your everything.
It is, and it's that's great.
And
Awesome.
A little temp HP
Little
shield on
temp
top of that.
HP, and then just another one just in case, you know.
And
but
then maybe don't run into the middle of the battlefield.
As soon as I ran past like the
yeah, I know, you know.
I was like, oh no, what have I done?
As you drink one, you definitely feel like you can tell that the pain is being alleviated. Being from a family of sorcerers, you've definitely seen a healing potion or 2.
Yeah.
You probably tasted a healing potion or 2. This is different.
Does it taste sweet?
No, it's similar but less.
Okay.
Like it's been watered down, but not with actual water.
Okay, with like something else. Gotcha.
Hard drugs.
Hard drugs, actually spot on.
Oh gosh.
It's been watered down with like generic painkillers and anesthetics.
Oh my
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that, you know what? It works. Merle's
Mhm.
feeling better. And she says, all right, if you are both still...
Action
Okay.
looks at you, Forrest, and Action is completely unharmed.
You know, I have only taken damage from Morel, so
The friendly fire. So as you stand there in the sewers, with 3 of these leeches around you, I believe this is a good opportunity for us to take a quick break.
just as we got a raid coming in.
Just as we got a raid. Thank you
Let's
for
go.
coming in, everyone. Welcome in. Yes, we just finished up getting through some sewer encounters.
Classic, a staple of Dungeons and
Classic
Dragons.
sewer
It is. It is. It is also, I believe, the first taste of dungeoneering in this campaign.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite fun.
Yeah. So welcome in, everyone. Thank you for coming by. I hope you had a great stream. What was happening over at your end?
Yeah.
Pathfinder, talk to me.
Oh no,
Did we
they
just
said
see
the
the
word.
mask drop? Josie would want to do anything to play Pathfinder.
You guys want to play Pathfinder?
I am so okay. You know me. I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'm actually playing Pathfinder later today.
Oh. Tell us what happened. Tell us everything.
Well, it's with Action.
No, not yours. I meant their path. I know yours with Action. Oh my goodness.
Hello, welcome in, everyone. We are Natural 30s. We're an ensemble of 30-somethings nerds who do a lot of gaming and who, at one point in our lives, decided to make a channel together instead of everyone streaming everything we do individually. We just got everyone to one place.
Mhm. Best
Yeah.
decision.
Best decision. We are 1 member short right now who unfortunately had internet cut very early on. Hopefully something may be fixed while we're on break. But Raiders, you're very welcome in. We will be doing a very quick bio break, and then we will be coming back to do just a few minutes of hangout before we get back into things. The amount of characters you have to reroll.
Oh my
DM
god.
hates you.
What?
Honestly, this could have gone very different. If Mirel had fumbled a couple of checks, there could have been a lot of Tenra leeches attacking you as well.
Yeah. I can't apparently look, I'm getting pretty good rolls on those tender leeches, but
You are.
oh yeah, not too much more.
Not too much more. That's true. So yes, everyone, we will be back in a short few minutes. We'll
Yes.
be back for some hangouts. Hopefully we have an orb. Everyone, see you soon.
We'll be right back. Bada-bada.
Everybody, we're back for a few minutes of a hangout. Unfortunately, looks like Orb won't be joining us. We will see if he arrives later. These things do happen, famously.
Hmm.
But welcome in, all the raiders. Thank you, everyone. All the new followers, all the new friends.
Yes.
Everyone here is a good nerd.
So nice to have you all here.
Yes.
And I heard a little Aussie whispered in my ear that we're doing some questions in chat.
Yeah, I asked chat what was one of the best dice rolls they've had in a TTRPG,
Oh,
and I've gotten some pretty cool answers actually. Got an answer from Insanity ANZ.
Mhm.
That one that came off tonight was that their rogue was trying to distract a demon creature, while the rest of them sort of tried to stealth past. First person roll got a natural 1. So that plan probably went to shit. Hilarious.
Oh no.
It was not
And
meant to
then-
be.
No, absolutely. That's like whenever we tried to stealth in the first campaign, and Rudy just was like,
That was really.
clank, clank. Kind of like how Forrest is now.
Yeah. Although
But
I'm
Forrest
oiled up
has
at the
oiled.
moment.
He's oiled up.
Oiled up now, yeah.
He's lubed up.
He's
He's
I mean, don't ask me what my plus to stealth is because it's 0. But like, it's not disadvantage. So
yeah,
you know,
it's not
And
minus.
disadvantage and advantage has been calculated to an average of ±3 to rolls.
wow, there you go.
Yeah.
Then Operative Peanut answers, getting swallowed by a froghemoth, which is obviously a behemoth frog, in Tomb of
It is.
Annihilation, and setting off. I actually don't know this. Dern's
An instant fortress.
exploded,
Yeah.
only barely surviving the crushing damage from being blown out into a massive stone pillar.
Amazing.
You last campaign you did have an instant fortress of your
We
own.
did, yes.
The party,
We did.
which you also used in combat once or twice, I believe.
I remember
did,
throwing
yeah.
it once, didn't we? We threw it and then activated it
Yeah,
on a
we
boss.
threw it.
Yeah,
When you were fighting Marnie.
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
big
God.
old thing.
It was pretty good, yeah.
When you were fighting Collector Mencium Marnie.
Oh,
Although we
so
never
fucking good.
got stuck inside. Oh no, that's a lie. I got stuck inside something, but I didn't use an instant fortress to get out. I used a giant boa constrictor.
Rudy and Nana
Rudy got
eaten.
We got
eaten multiple
so
times.
much.
Yeah,
Rudy,
yeah.
and I feel like he would be the last to get eaten. There was no meat on those.
Well, like
bones.
Oh,
I
we
just in particular remember the purple worm.
That was such a good moment.
Oh god, that was a good way.
where he's like
Well, he
anti-life shell.
he didn't get eaten as much as he was just squashed underneath it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just,
He
I,
basically just hid under a speed bump in the road.
I just, that was my one goal with anti-life shell was to just explode out of something. That was his entire goal with that spell, and it never happened. It
Yeah.
never happened.
No. And you,
But it was
you also
fantastic
got eaten
nonetheless.
by a Bahir during the tournament.
Mhm,
Yes,
Yep.
yes,
And then I
yes.
smacked it with a pillar, and I think you
Yeah.
came out of it that way. Yeah, I earthbended on it. Something weird.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Operative Peanut. It's great when you just get those ridiculous rolls and the DM just runs with it, and you just get those moments that you don't get in other games ever.
Mm.
You know,
Just
Mhm.
don't.
it's so good.
Mhm.
Or when what was it when Gerald did
God.
like a sphere wall of force around the headmaster who was running
Oh.
around,
Yeah.
and we're like, no, stop! Like, like you're just hamster balling around.
Let me
That's
out.
So good. So
When
good.
Nana got sent to detention,
So good. I can't remember like any like nat 20s from Nana that I was like, this is gonna make a huge difference. They weren't like,
I definitely remember some
But-
nat ones.
oh yeah, a couple nat
yeah.
ones.
When we started the session saying, okay, Roju, everything you gotta
Yeah.
do, you can do anything except roll double nat ones.
Yeah.
Rolls
what
double
did it-
nat ones.
Yeah. Very first thing at the very start of the stream of the episode session, like whatever you want to call it, double nat ones dies. All right, thanks.
Like, okay, you got one failed death save. No, what was it? Yeah, you got one failed death save. Just don't roll a nat one.
Just
Rolls a
don't roll
nat
snake
one.
eyes.
Oh, but you got inspiration. You can re-roll.
Yeah, I
Okay,
could I could
what
use it.
what
yeah.
are the odds of rolling nat one again? Rolls a nat one.
Yeah, a death save essentially with advantage
Oh.
and rolls double nat ones. Yeah.
Mhm. No, it's beautiful.
You hate to see it.
You
Oh,
kind
and
of love
Rudy,
to
Alternatively,
Rudy
love-
running up and being like, "I'll get to you later."
there. That's the good thing Nana did. She got Rudy up, who then got Goose up, who then saved us with geese.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
with
did my time.
yeah.
I did.
Who
Yeah.
the
knew
swarms of
the
geese
best
were
way
the
Yeah.
MVP for sure.
Hmm.
best way to fight an ancient dragon? Well, it wasn't an ancient dragon, more so it was like an other planar dragon. Was with geese.
with
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes
I
sense.
can't wait till our first like major encounter in this campaign to just see how we all come together as the crack team we know we can be.
Oh God,
Because it's kind of interesting that the way you've split up during this event in game is also the duos that you started as.
yeah.
of course.
So it's not like you're having opportunity. Yeah, but it could have been opportunities for like other combos, characters like bonding and stuff like that. But no, it's. And it's,
I mean,
it's kind
we've only know like the pairs have only known each other for a day. Like,
yeah.
we're still strangers ultimately.
And you already tried to throw a spanner in the works between Trish and Tinker.
They
What?
definitely needed
Me?
that princess bonding time. They did.
I didn't do anything.
I didn't do
No,
anything.
the lady that
with Spanner.
Tinker just headbutted did.
Oh yeah.
I'm so proud of
I mean,
her.
Josie would
I'm
never
so
try and
proud
cause
of
us
Tinker.
emotional damage, Darcy. What are you talking about?
Never. I would never.
Oh, you would never, though. Never.
Perish the thought.
Ever. Perish the thought. I mean, look, I feel like when it comes to emotional damage, Gerald got off the easiest, I think.
In some ways, yeah.
In some ways, yeah. But for him, the main issue was the physical damage because he didn't like getting hurt.
Oh no.
And he died twice during that
That's
campaign.
more than all of us.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
dead,
he's the only-
dead. Twice.
Yeah, like dead twice, and he's the only one who did. Everyone else died once each, I believe.
Did
Well,
nothing for
those
his fear of
being-
death, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Rudy danced with death for a long time.
He died. They had to actually go and find a way to get you back. Remember?
You.
Because you were
Oh, yeah.
told there's like the one thing you can't do. I'ma do it.
I'm gonna do it.
When you were getting all those like wisdom checks, and I was like, this can't end well.
Yeah, we're just sitting there going,
And I was like,
Look,
anyone else?
how else was he gonna break up with an eternal being that has mastery
That's
over?
Yeah.
That's
Also,
true.
like, we were all here for you though because we all hated her. So you
yeah,
know.
absolutely.
They were like
yeah.
everyone
like,
was behind
finally.
you, breaking
Yeah.
it up with your
Yeah.
toxic ex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with
Literally-
thank God we never liked her.
Yeah. We're like, okay, you're finally back.
Okay,
Cool.
all right. Hang on, this didn't happen. Look, we're still in the phase where it still kind of hurts. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Pile on.
Too fresh,
do
too
you
fresh.
need some cookies? Oh, we're so sorry it happened. Yes.
But anyway, you can see all of this on our YouTube channel, which just got linked
True.
before. So if you want to catch up on
For
any of the stuff we were
sure.
talking about, all of Campaign 1 is there in a big old playlist. There's a lot of episodes, but yeah, it was a good time.
It was a great time.
Speaking of great times,
Speaking of great times.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I'm braining. I'm like because
Oh, no, braining's
as we get back in, because we can't get Orb back, I will be piloting Trish. So I was just looking at her things.
Ah.
Nice. I heard, I don't know if this is like for, a real thing or not, but like I did hear that she does one-shot enemies.
She has a good track record with
Yeah.
that.
Like I just heard that she one-shots enemies and that like anything she goes up against is just like one turn and we're good. Like no one gets hurt. Yeah, no one goes down. So
I'm just trying to remember if she used during your midday encounter earlier in game, if she used her fighter maneuver.
Yes,
she did something. Yeah,
she did.
yeah,
She did a one
Bait
she,
and switch.
she did one
Yes.
bait and switch. Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Good. Good. Okay. So we're gonna get back into this. We're gonna come back in Red Glow Manor. Tinker, you've just burst through the door after headbutting Nyla Argwig, finally. After hours of planning, the headbutt happened. You burst through the door. You landed prone on the ground. Your spring step slops activated. You see the Fool's Gold Wolf coming ever so much closer towards Trish. And I'm gonna ask you to roll initiative.
Oh, here we go. finally a character with an initiative more than +1. And we
Ooh,
don't
that's
roll
not so
very well.
good.
We rolled an 8.
Rolled an 8. Because I'll be piloting Trish, I'm gonna try to avoid some of the more RP heavy stuff, and instead we can just let Orb put his vibe into what the character would do after. But while backing up, I do believe she would like clock that you burst in through the door, but you're now flat face on the ground. As she backs up, she's going to just cry out. Like, her body language says that she's yelling, but there's not so much sound coming, but the windows around shatter as she's going to use her breath weapon. And I'm gonna make a dexterity saving throw for the Fool's Gold Wolf. It, however, succeeds. It takes half damage, which is still going to be 4. There you go. And she is going to back up closer towards you, pull her sword, and she can't really do much else. So it is the Fool's Gold Wolf's turn. Sees you on the ground, sees that she's pulled a sword, and it is going to rush. It can't get all the way towards you. It is going to run, and it is going to attack Trish. So it goes to bite her with a 23 to hit. Trish takes immediately 7 points of damage. She calls out in pain and is knocked to the ground. She falls prone.
Oh gosh.
This creature grabs at her and just pulls her leg out. She falls down to the ground. Tinker, it is your turn.
Right.
I will say you don't have your grabby stick available.
Yeah, and I can't imagine he would have brought his crossbow to this thing.
You've got your armor, you've got your slops. You probably have your backpack as well.
Okay, all right.
Because you came here to showcase your goods.
Okay, all right. All right. In that case, he probably would have his crossbow in his backpack then. He'd probably all just be on his backpack, to be honest. But that's okay.
Okay. But it's gonna take some time to get everything out.
Yeah. She's on the ground. Okay. So Tinker will prop himself up, get to his feet, balancing precariously on his springs, and why do we have a tank with us? And then
and remember, you can only move in 10-foot increments while you have the slops activated.
Yes, yeah, no, that's fair. Cool. All right, he'll sort of yell out and go, Trish, we can't kill it. It's my friend's new pet. We have to put him to sleep. And so he'll pull out one of his trademark jars of spit, but not quite spit, and drink that really quick, thus healing himself for back to max because he took a few hits just before he started the encounter and hadn't healed since the previous encounter. So, and then he will... getting up from prone, he wouldn't be able to move any further, hey? He'd be...
It's half speed, so you would have one 10-foot increment you can move.
One 10-foot increment, excellent. And he will take a very wobbly step forward.
No, that was a 5-foot. You can only move 10 feet because you're bouncing.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's right. So he'd take a very wobbly jump forward.
Yep. You can only move in like the shortest distance you can move in every movement is 10 feet
That's
while
fine.
you're bouncing.
Cool.
I love
Alright,
that.
so he bounced his 10 because
Mhm.
he can't do anything else because that would be 15, and that'll be his turn.
Okay. Trish, who you've told you want to put it to sleep, is going to look at you like you are crazy.
Yep.
Because this thing has just bitten her.
Yep.
She is instead going to use half her movement speed to stand back up and call out something akin to like she can put it to sleep, but it needs to be weakened first.
Right, okay.
And then she's going to swipe out with her rapier. 18 for sure hits this thing. And she deals quite a significant amount of damage, actually.
Oh, Trish one shot. Yeah, that's the color.
Yeah.
What has somehow made Arthur, despite us saying don't make another Arthur?
She like swipes at it. And it yelps and then snarls as blood starts seeping, the red mixing with its green and golden fur. And she will call out to Tinker and say, a little bit more, and then she can probably get it to sleep.
Alright.
But it is the wolf's turn. It was just attacked. It is going to position itself in between the two of you. And since you are a smaller target, it is going to prioritize Tinker.
Oh, that's right. Tinker's harder to hit because he's smaller, right?
Tinker looking like a snack.
I mean, maybe. It's a 16 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
It does.
Yeah.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
You take 11 points of piercing damage.
Oh, I'm so lucky I healed.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
That's no. However, hold up.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Hold up.
Because
This effect does knock prone, but you...
he's got his infusion.
Yeah, so what
Yeah.
happens as this thing tries to yank you to the ground? Describe to us what happens.
I mean, it's okay. So the armor. Okay, so essentially, Tinker has turned his armor into what's called armor of magical strength. But in reality, all he's done, and you'd only notice if you got close, is that he took inspiration from his spring boots. He's added loads of tiny springs into his armor, and he, when knocked prone, as a reaction, when he would be knocked prone, the wearer can expend a charge to not be knocked prone. So
He bounces back up.
It's like that like impact activated little
Bounce
springs
back.
on his back. It's just,
that's
dong.
all he did. He just
I love him so much.
Yeah. Then it's your turn, Tinker.
utilizing the momentum from that spring back, he leaps into the air.
Mhm.
Because only minimum of 10 feet, right? And that wolf
Yeah.
is within 10 feet. So
Oh.
he jumps into the air,
Please.
Yeah.
aiming for the wolf's back.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to
Ride the
land
wolf.
on the wolf.
He wants to land on the wolf.
Okay, shit. I'm gonna ask you to make an acrobatics check to mitigate your own damage. Because there's a chance that you impacting the wolf will hurt the two of you.
9.
9, yes. So both you and the wolf, as you're assuming launching yourself into the air and trying to like Goomba stomp it.
No, he's
if
trying
I-
to like kind of grab onto it. He's trying to like land onto
Okay.
it.
He's
Yeah.
trying to
You're
mount the
trying to
monster.
grapple it.
He's trying to ride this wolf.
He's trying to ride this wolf.
Yeah.
He's 100% trying to
Okay,
ride this wolf.
that's an athletics check to try and grapple.
Okay, sorry. I probably should have explained what I was doing. That's okay. You know what? We'll
You
make
gotta
that
beat
roll.
a 3. I
Oh,
rolled a
okay. We're
natural
gonna make
1.
That's good.
So you spring back up. You manage to get your hands into its fur. With the momentum, you swing around and find yourself on its back.
Excellent. So
I will say that's part of your movement in
Let's
this case because you
go.
had that extra momentum. You're on top of Wolf.
Yes.
Right. So then he's on top of Wolf, and he didn't think this would work, so he's sort of shocked for a second, and then he sort of regains his focus and goes, right, now go to sleep, and he just slams. He sort of like slams his hand into it and connects his little joy buzzers for a shocking grasp,
Oh shit! Perfect. Yeah. Make an attack roll with your joy
That's
buzzing.
a 21 to hit.
Yeah, roll for damage.
That's max damage. We got 8 damage.
Nice.
Yeah. So your joy buzzers, you slam them into this, just like a sudden, like a quick vibration. You feel the leather of your armor insulating you from getting any like excess current into your own body. And with that, because it can't take reactions, because you joy buzzard it, Trish is going to back up and attempt to cast Sleep. So I'm gonna roll a bunch of d8s, and it needs to beat its current hit points.
Oh, dude.
I got a 17
Uh-huh.
on 5d8. It has 15 hit points left.
Oh,
So she backs up, maybe whistles a little tune or something, says a few words, like she's starting to tell a bedtime story. And the words just seep into the air, and you start to feel a little bit drowsy.
Okay.
But it's not enough to get you to sleep as well.
I just had a flash in my brain of Trish reading a bedtime story like Samuel L. Jackson reading Go the Fuck to Sleep.
So, Tinker, as you're on top of the wolf, it just nods off, falls to the ground, sound asleep.
Oh, Tinker rolls off the wolf.
You roll off, you see through the windows the cascade of people just giving applause and cheering from outside. You also see a very like sour looking fire dancer. He was about to perform.
Tinker gets to his feet, sort of like latches up his springs now that he's not like pressed for time, and he does a little he sort of goes over to Trish, takes her hand, and forces her to do a bow, like it was a performance.
Okay, I'm gonna have both of you make performance checks.
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
I don't have any. I think I've got like one more on my like whole like
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna use any because I think Trish was down to 1 point of tact.
yeah, that was it. Yeah. But I rolled a 15 for performance.
Yeah,
Imagine-
and Trish got a 13.
Oh, that's
So the
good.
two of you make a bow. Like she quickly figures out what you're doing, take a bow, and then a couple of security guards eventually come in, and they carefully like drag the wolf away back to its cage. But when they get in there, they do call out for the evening's hostess, who walks over, and you can hear them talking through the open door about the fact that it looks like the bars of the cage were forced open, like there's a bend to them.
Oh.
Like someone has, like something or someone has just pried them open with sheer force.
If no one's really sort of watching, like as in like no guards or anything else, like with Tinker and Trish, Tinker would try to like wander over and
Okay. Yeah.
and sort of like get to the bars to have a look at them.
Yeah. You look, and they look like they've been forced open. And the wolf is starting to wake up, but it's now been chained to the cage as well.
Oh, poor Wolfie. Yeah, Tinker would sort of like put his best like detective sort of look and sort of like stroke his non-existent beard and sort of go.
Does he move his toupee down his chin?
No, but he does check to make sure it's still there because he did a lot of fancy acrobatics.
roll a d10.
Oh no, no, this would be mortifying.
You monster.
4.
Yeah, it's still on there.
Oh,
It's a bit skewed, but it's
Oh.
still on there.
he kind of adjusts it. Okay, all right, and he goes, Yep. Someone definitely sabotaged this cage with the utmost authority.
Yeah, everyone looks at you like, who's this? A couple of people look at you, and the hostess says, "Oh, you have a nose for these kinds of things, do you?"
A nose and a tail.
Oh, very well. Then perhaps you can figure out who did it.
Oh, well, if there's compensation in it.
Well, speaking of, you did manage to not only give us quite a show, but also save some of the merchandise. So, of course, for you and your friend. And she takes out a little purse and then goes through, and it's like she's looking through her little coin purse for a very long time. Oh, I knew I had a few. And then takes out 4 silver pieces and hands to you.
Yeah, Tinker takes it and pockets it.
Nice.
Yeah. And you see coming up to the doorway, you see Madame Scarlet just with her little spectacles on, just looks at you.
Now, don't worry. We only put him to sleep. Very careful about that.
And she says, "I know. I'm very thankful. Good. Well done. Definitely high marks in my books, little Tinker."
Oh, that is wonderful praise. Thank you. Now, on to my investigation.
And Tinker looks around for clues.
Don't let me interrupt. And she walks away. Like, takes a few steps back, like, still observing through the door. And,
yeah, Tinker's got his monocle and he's like using it as a magnifying glass.
Yeah, okay. Make an investigation check.
Let's go. That's an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
Yep, the bars have definitely been pried open with force. Yeah. I mean, you do see, like, what is this? There is. You do realize, though, however, even with an 8, you do realize there's a trail of blood leaving from the cage.
It's almost as if he's about to, like, straighten up and, like, sort of go, well, couldn't figure anything out. But then he, like, notices the blood and sort of does a double take and he's like, And he doesn't let on that it's, like, a very obvious clue. He kind of makes it as if, like, he's sort of searching here, searching there. But he's, to anyone who, like, is honestly paying attention, he is clearly just following the blood trail.
And you follow the blood back out into the ballroom. Oh, it's the wolf's blood.
He bends down and he sort of, like, takes a drop of blood. He licks it. He's like, you know, like it's just all part of the process. Yeah, he has no idea. None. 0. He doesn't have a clue. He sort of looks to Trish and he goes,
So, my apprentice, do you have any ideas?
I happen to know that there's a wasp in my room.
Oh, that's
like a huge one.
Oh no.
Roll initiative, Josie.
I don't like wasps.
Oh.
We should
understand.
No, hold on. My dog is about to go for the wasp.
Yeah,
hold on.
no.
I'll be right
You do your thing. We'll,
Get it, Amanita! Go!
All right, well, the DM's gone.
Oh, dear.
all right.
Dealing
Well-
with dire wasps.
Dire wasps. Yeah, they grow them big out in Sweden. That's what I hear.
I
Can I
want to know
just
which
say-
way the bars are bent.
That's what I was hoping to figure out, but Tinker's an idiot, so like
He's the smartest of all of us. What are you talking about?
He's an idiot.
No.
He's not an idiot.
He's really smart in certain avenues, and then he's just like,
Well, you've got to understand that's the definition between intelligence and wisdom, right? Like, intelligence is being able to gather facts and information. Wisdom is how you apply it.
Yeah, well,
"Oh, the bars are definitely bent."
the bars are definitely bent.
Yeah.
So I will say, if Tinker didn't, because I was tossing up whether I heal Trish or Tinker, depending on who was going to take the next hit.
Oh.
If I didn't heal Tinker, he would have gone down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was on 11.
Whew.
Orbs in chat. Oh, we got orb in chat. There's a really bad connection. I can hear but not see. Did you say Tinker is the smartest?
He's the most intelligent.
He's the most
Just-
intelligent.
It's not the
Smartest
wisest.
No.
Yeah.
he's
What is his
definitely the most
intelligence
intelligent.
score? 17?
Intelligence,
Mhm.
15.
15? Morale's the same.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. A couple of smart
And
pants.
somehow her charisma's 15, but we're not sure how. We're really not sure how. It's more of a necessity.
It's a
you know?
mystique, you know. Not all charisma is the same.
Yeah. It's just her. It's like the air that she puts
Yeah,
on, and then you
yeah.
actually get to know her, and she's a grumpy little girl.
All right.
Can I just say I'm so happy that you rode the wolf? Like I just
Oh,
as soon as you were
absolutely.
like, and 10 feet of movement, I was like, do it.
Well, that was the only way, like, because he didn't have his crossbow, he didn't have his grab his claw. So the best thing he could do was shocking grasp, but
Yeah.
he's got to get close for that. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In a shocking
Oh.
turn of events.
Desi is asking us what race and
I'm
class
back, sorry.
is.
I'm back.
You right, Josie?
Good.
Well, I think Amanita managed to injure it, and it fell behind the sofa, and I can't reach it.
Well,
Oh,
we'll say Amanita 1, Wasp
Amanita.
0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll say.
yeah.
But don't worry, we were just
I'll look at it later.
we were just doing things. We can get back into it. We to give Josie a quick breather, we can actually go around
we'll
and say
answer
what our
that question
characters
real
are
quick,
for
yeah.
you.
Yeah. Questions? Sure.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
for it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I suppose since Tinker's on deck, Tinker is a kobold artificer, a copper kobold artificer.
Oh.
If it wasn't apparent by the joy buzzers and the potion that was his cure wounds.
I really like it.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll just check real quick again.
No worries.
Okay.
Well, for Trish, because Trish is an amethyst dragonborn. But she currently looks like a human because of a little like necklace that she wears.
Got a little disguise self thing.
Yes, and she's a
operating.
bard. She's a bard. For Morel is a half-elf sorcerer, the grumpy kind, and and for Forrest,
And Forrest is a Goliath paladin.
that's what we're working with.
Yeah. But we've all put our own sort of spins on the class.
Yeah.
I feel like I think Forrest has definitely done a really cool spin on Paladin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've done a lot of. There's plenty of homebrew tinkering with most or if not all of them.
Welcome back.
The problem has been solved, by the way.
Nice.
Good. I'm
But I
glad
was injured in battle.
What?
we're injured in battle.
Yeah, I stubbed my leg on
Oh.
the table.
I thought you were stung, but if you injured yourself, that's fair. That's fair game. Yeah, we're all done. We
We're all done.
We're all done. We're ready to continue.
We're ready to
Whenever you are.
ready
Oh,
to.
shit.
ready
Yeah,
to keep
sorry
going.
about that. I just
It's okay.
had to
No, no, no.
prioritize dog. I did
No,
not
of
want
course.
dog.
Get
We
it
do not
started.
want the
Yeah.
swelling muzzle dog. We don't want that.
Nope.
No.
No one wants
I
that.
really don't. I really don't. I can't afford that.
This economy.
But yes, sorry. The last thing I heard was Tinker referring to Trish as an apprentice.
Yes. And essentially it's his backwards way of asking Trish to do an investigation check.
Okay, you know what? Trish is not too bad at investigation. 17 total.
Much better than
So Trish will go back into the room where the wolf was caged, and will look, and will point out that among the very many like boot prints and shoe prints, there was only one set of footprints that don't really make any sense. That lead back out into what looks like a service entrance, if you will. She doesn't figure out like what they may belong to, but she will point out that there's like there's a pair of uneven like footprint marks.
Hang on, uneven.
Yeah,
As if-
like they don't match up. Like one is smaller than the other, kind of.
As
deal.
if
Almost like they might be walking with some kind
A
of
limb.
odd gait or a
Oh.
limp, perhaps.
Well, this one I will only describe as they are different sized.
Okay.
Tinker will go,
Exactly as I was looking for you to find, my apprentice. I knew you would. I was just testing you.
and Tinker would then follow the footprints to the servants' entrance.
You go to the service entrance, which looks like it's unlocked, and it just leads outside into a garden.
Are there any? Oh, okay. So and obviously the footprints kind of like stop there because they're now going outside. It's sort of like
Yeah, but it's a well-kept garden. There may be a chance to spot some tracks. You are the only one in this party that has dark vision. Remember?
I am. I will keep reminding everyone until the campaign is over.
Yes.
We deserve it.
And for anyone pointing out that Mirel should have dark vision being a half elf, there's a lot of homebrew going on this campaign. That's like there are reasons for it. Like the same way that Forest has different creature types for his divine smite and divine sense. And maybe a similar reason to why Mirel was vomiting toxic fumes.
No. You saw nothing.
Yeah, that's the bit we didn't question.
Yeah.
That one everyone bought.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so you can make a survival check if you want to try and follow these prints, Tinker.
Yeah.
I will give you not an advantage, but I'll let you add like a D4 extra because Trish is helping, but she doesn't have dark vision.
Cool. All right. So that was a nature check, yeah.
No, survival.
Survival. Sorry.
Yes.
I was playing with something behind the scenes. Survival. And that was a plus what from Trish? Sorry.
D4.
Thank you. Oh well, that's gonna.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's gonna help. I'm rolling it anyway. We need to know.
Woo!
21.
We love it.
Oh, 22. Sorry.
22. So you follow the footprints. You can see there's like scuff marks in the grass. Looks like someone may have walked through one of the hedges or like over a bush. You follow it and you see that there are very distinct marks of someone having scaled the walls into this mansion. And with you being small and nimble, also having your spring step slope, you bound up to the top, and you see, while you don't make it like over the wall, because no tinker cannot jump a 30-foot vertical. That is not canon.
Boing.
You do see what looks like a small, hunchbacked, cloaked figure. Not the same one you saw earlier today, but it's similar in the fact that it's wearing a patchwork cloak and it does move unevenly, but it looks like it's moving almost quadrupedal.
Right.
It looks like it's got like it's moving mostly with whatever back legs it might have, but it's using any front limbs to support.
Right.
Kind of gorilla style.
Yeah.
Kind of primate-ish.
How interesting. And of course, yeah, so Tinker would easily recall that it's not like the other one, considering his keen mind and all.
Nice.
Yes. Trish eventually comes back out and will ask if you saw anything, and she's carrying a little package that she hands to you as well.
Oh. Oh. Yes, I saw another mysteriously cloaked figure, similar to the one we saw earlier, but not quite the same. A little bit more, I don't know, hunched over, sort of, I don't know, it just a little bit different, but similar, but also different, but also similar. You get what
But
I
also
mean.
similar.
And he opens the little parcel that Trish has.
Inside, you see the ring that was on the auction.
Yes.
And you can add to your inventory the Thumble ring.
The Thumble ring?
I love
Yes.
that.
Okay.
Interesting.
I can let you know that it gives you resistance to bludgeoning damage dealt as a mishap during crafting.
That's quite.
You know, that's actually incredibly useful for you.
The only way it could have been better is if it was mishaps due to like your own movement, because that was twice Tinker would have taken damage.
Yeah,
Yep.
self-inflicted damage. Yeah.
Oh.
Only was acid resistant too.
Hang on, does it require achievement? Surely not. No, it doesn't. Let's go. We did-
just-
Oh no, it does
That's
require
what I-
attunement.
Surely he clocks immediately what this is, so he just puts it straight on.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's like a thimble, but for your thumb.
Excellent. He puts it on, but because he's got lightly clawed hands, it sort of doesn't quite fit right, but he makes it work. All right, cool. So we'll wear that now. So it's not this mysterious ring that has any form of significance going back to anything in history. It's just a little trinket.
I mean, you'd have to give it a more thorough check.
He absolutely will. That was the whole point. The whole reason he wanted it.
I'm just imagining
Yeah.
the band inside just starts playing. Da, 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 da.
Puts it on, goes invisible.
So, as you maybe describe to Trish what you saw, the two of you eventually excuse yourself from the party and you follow this figure's trail as best you can. With that, we're going to move back to the sewers. Back down in the sewers.
Yeah. Okay, Josie, I have a question before we keep moving in the sewers.
In the sewers?
In the sewers.
So, in the swaz.
In the sewers. Because I know that like two of my little leech friends aren't looking too hot. And I just wanted to like do a little checky check and see how hot they're not looking.
Yeah, one of them looks 50-50. The other one looks a bit better. The bigger one looks like it's doing better.
Okay. And the
That's
little
all,
ones-
that almost like inflated layer of sewage protects its vital organs, even though it's been injured.
I don't know if I love that. Okay.
What do you mean? It's inflated with sewage.
It doesn't mean we like it.
Yes, it does. Yes,
But
that's right.
action will say that, like, if you're worried about it getting worse, the further we get away from the entrance, the harder it's going to be to make it back. So if you're hesitating, I suggest we come back another time.
And she will look again at the little leeches, and then she'll kind of look at him again and go, maybe it is best that we head back.
Yeah. I'll be coming back here tomorrow anyway. I saw something I want to check out.
Yeah.
I
Did
can
you
help
see what
you.
it was when you were looking before?
It looked like some form of stone stone slates and inscription that was hidden by sewage before on the wall under the walkway.
Oh. Should we take a look at it, Morel?
While we are down here? Sure.
Yeah, and Action will walk over here and jump into a little segment, and then he'll be like, "Sorry, wrong way," and walk that way.
Nice. Okay, we're gonna follow him.
And I will say those tender leeches will follow you.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with them when you go to leave? You can't just take them with you.
That's
You don't
that's
know
a
me.
future problem.
Yeah, that sounds like a problem for future morale. We're in present morale right now, you know?
Yeah, and I'm not playing Gerald anymore. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Oh, do I need to roll for yumping in the sewage? Shall I roll?
No, you saved for this time. You've already done a save.
Just
it's
make
more like you can always keep failing, but if you save, you save.
Okay, awesome. All right, then we might as well have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look down under, and you do in fact see there's a marker of where the water level used to be, and then it's lowered, and you can see what looks like still mostly covered in sediment and whatever other stuff you might find in a sewer. Covering the wall, you definitely see the shapes of 5 almost circular discs arranged in a pattern and some sort of text, mostly hidden.
If let's see, can Morel try and wipe that away? See what kind of text we might see if it's like even a language that any of us would know.
Yeah, you can wipe it away. And so you get a bunch of sewage on your glove.
Yep. That one.
You do see familiar writing, but you can't quite pinpoint it. There is primordial writing on this wall, but in a dialect you don't know.
Okay.
And Action just sighs. Well, shit.
What does it say?
Can any of you read it?
Do you know what language it is in?
Yeah, well, it's in Ember speech.
Ember speech.
You know that's one of the dialects.
Oh yeah.
For primordial, it's fire-based primordial.
Okay, yeah. I do not know it. I'm sorry.
I will say you
don't
can
either.
attempt a roll.
Like see if it's maybe cooler.
You could try to make a roll. I will let you know that if you fail, you may get misinformation.
Okay.
Like you decipher it incorrectly. So I would like you to make an intelligence check.
Oh no. Okay, let's try it. Oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna be very wrong.
Like you try to read it, and to you, it's mumbo jumbo. It says something about a colorful timepiece and something about a winner and a loser, and also about a jealous eye.
She will maybe she'll try and sort of figure out what it is out loud at first, and then realize that she's kind of just saying nonsense, and just be like, I am sorry, I do not think I can read it.
While you're doing that, Action is wiping off any sediment off these other pieces of stone and
little circular ones.
this is what you see.
There's a puzzle.
Is this a puzzle? Oh wait,
Cannot see anything.
We cannot see.
You can't see?
Nope.
Hold
We
on.
cannot see yet, but we will be.
But
I'll
we do
fix it.
see it says
fix it.
stone
Fix it in
puzzle.
post.
But what?
Oh!
Okay.
Oh, I love puzzles.
What?
Let's
I love
go.
puzzles.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's get
Okay,
that
so
nice and zoomed in for you.
Josie,
Yes.
we would probably recognize the
Oh, these are the
images
coins.
here, right? Okay. Yeah, these look like the coin images.
Yes. These are just the best way I could do representations. Of
Representation. Okay, so we probably.
but yes, there are these stone discs. Imagine that every one of those discs is about a full hand in size.
Ah, okay.
Right.
And they look like they can be rotated.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
And I will say, even Forrest would have enough insight to know that these are depictions of the goddesses, even if you don't know their names. You've seen their iconography enough.
The pictures are familiar. Yeah.
Pictures are familiar. And Action as well just like scratches his head and is like, look, I'm great with numbers, but not so much puzzles.
This is a puzzle.
It seems like it. I'm assuming whatever's written next to it is the clue. Usually come with clues.
Oh,
Probably.
okay. So the words tell us what to do with these circles.
Yeah.
Right.
So we need someone who can read
Forrest is
it.
kind of just like going to jab at one of the circles to see if it's like a button or something that he pushes or
No, doesn't get pushed in or anything.
twist.
Yeah. Which one do you want to twist?
Just the top one.
It twists and it does like a small, like little clicking sounds as you twist it.
Oh,
Like there are little bits where it's like like hatches for it to
Mm,
connect.
cool.
do you hear that? It's clicking when I turn it.
It sounds more like rocks rubbing against each other.
Like rocks rubbing against each other when I turn it.
Merle will turn to Action and say, do you have anybody who can read it?
Yeah, Valia can.
Who?
Well,
Valia, the receptionist.
Oh, the person who met us. Right.
Yeah.
all right.
Do you think she'd want to come down to the sewers?
If I tell her it's what it is and how close it is to the entrance, then yeah, probably.
While Forrest is saying this, he's just like going to be idly turning a bunch of these circles.
I'm just gonna
Just a
randomly turn a
random.
couple.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
Wee.
Merle, while he's doing this, Merle wants to listen to hear if anything sounds like it's clicking actually into place.
Make a perception check.
Okay. 12?
You try to listen, but you can't tell any difference between the sounds.
All right.
I don't think Forrest would think to do that, but like because his passive perception's 13, so he might if he happens to hear something, if that's a high enough threshold, then let me know. But otherwise, I probably wouldn't try and actively think to do that.
No, it's not really. There's not really any distinct sounds on any of the positions. If you go and like try to spin one fully and just listen to the sounds, there's nothing that sticks out.
Cool.
Interesting.
Merle will kind of look at Forrest and say, so shall we come back tomorrow?
If you think so.
I might have more friends, and you already helped us, so we can help you.
Well, I suppose we need to figure out how to get your slug friends to the sea.
You look back and they're currently just like rolling in the sewage and eating it.
And they're all kind of like, she wants to put a hand to her face and she remembers she's just wiped off the sewage and just kind of puts it back down. That is a problem for me. You have done enough, Forrest. You should get rest.
No. We're in this together. We've got to get the job finished. If you're going, I'm going.
All right. Well,
I mean, how hard can it be? They're already falling.
you would not say that. Yeah, Emerald will take one last look at the puzzle, and with her non-sewage glove, kind of pat Action on the shoulder and be like, we will volunteer our services tomorrow.
Okay.
But now I have to escort some...
Yeah, I'm not doing that with you, by the way.
No, that is fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's really
You're
strange.
welcome.
Who would put this down here? That's so weird.
And Action will say, I assume it was put here before the sewers were closed.
Right. So do you think it's for the sewers then?
I have no idea. Valia will know. She's good with stuff like this.
Well, let's go then, I suppose.
As you
Yeah.
head out of the sewers with your little friends in tow,
Little
gonna-
friends.
we're gonna do,
Friends.
as you're trying to lead these leeches, Action goes back towards the Daughters of Flame.
Uh-huh.
You try to lead these 3 leeches through the rusted commons, past the bellows, and to the sea. I'm gonna need the 2 of you to each make 3 stealth checks and 3 animal handling checks.
Just for the record, Forrest is willing to sacrifice any of his rations as necessary.
Yes, I will ask you together, the 2 of you, to get rid of 4 rations
Okay, yes.
Each or between us?
between the 2 of you.
Okay, I will get
Like, Mirel's probably already lost a couple.
I would have lost 3, but I can... Do you want, like, more than that?
I'll do 3 of them then.
Mhm.
Cool. Okay,
I'm-
so what do we want first? We want stealth. Oh, stealth is...
I'm gonna let you know before you start rolling
Uh-huh.
that in order for this to be successful, you need, through these rolls that you're about to do, the total you need is going to be 71.
Oh, with all of them.
With all of them total.
Oh gosh. Oh
I
gosh.
mean, it's gonna be fine.
doable. It's very
So
doable.
3
could go
stealth
wrong?
and
What
3
could-
animal handling, was it?
Yeah, each. So
Each.
there's still
Alright.
there's still a good chance, but that means like if you get like 2 or 3 really bad low rolls.
Mhm.
All right, I'm just going to start with the stealth, and I'm going to move up to the animal handling.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Do you want to do yours first, and then I'll do mine?
Still only 69 left. You're welcome.
No problem.
You're welcome.
No problem.
You're
That was
welcome.
a great start.
Good start. Solid start.
Okay, but surely that makes up for it.
Oh, definitely.
Well,
Look at that,
well,
nat
I
20.
feel like
I mean, that's basically got to be worth 40,
that's
right?
basically like.
No, this is just the total that counts.
All right.
Goodbye.
And that's my third one.
Big money, no whammies.
And in the middle. Okay. So we'll do that.
Look,
and
we're
then I'll
keeping
do that.
average. That's
Yeah.
You know,
that's pretty
yeah, we've. Oh my god.
good. Oh my god.
You're halfway there.
Oh my god. No.
Oh my god.
Please another
Yeah,
like not
holy
20.
shit.
That'd be so sick right now. I'll take it. Okay, so what's our total here? Because I had some pluses and
Your
stuff.
total is actually right now 57.
That's pretty good.
That's
All right.
okay.
All right.
You know?
Yeah.
All right.
And because Forrest oiled his armor, he doesn't have disadvantage.
Hooray!
Think about it.
All right, here we go. All right, so we'll start with the stealths
okay,
then.
okay.
There's one.
Oh.
Not great. There's
Better
two.
than a natural
You know
one.
what? Yeah.
Better. We like
I don't want to talk
that.
about it.
There's number three.
Okay.
Not great. Now animal handling.
But isn't that? That's.
I think
Yeah,
we made it,
you're already way
Two.
beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop,
Well
boop.
done.
Oh,
Those natural
Yeah.
ones.
Oh my gosh.
Like, oh, hold on. Roju's frozen on my end. Are we gonna lose
Oh.
Roju?
No,
no,
he's
no.
moving.
You
He's
guys-
moving.
I'm still good.
He's choppy, but he's moving.
there we go.
Oh, yeah,
Oh my
the camera is
gosh.
a little bit choppy, isn't it? Look at
We
We
can't
did
lose
it.
two.
High five.
that.
But you're not
With
at
that-
down.
Oh, wait. Oh.
With that, feel free to move us back to a regular
Oh, now we can go this way.
stream.
Go on,
Oh,
let's go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll
As
just
the
high
two of
five.
you-
Oh.
Yeah. As midnight passes, Forrest and Mirel, you manage to lead the leeches out. When they leave the sewers, leave the rusted commons, and come into what may be the only part of Hague where there's open air. When you pass the bellows before reaching the scrapyard strand, it's difficult to see, but the darkness is helping. They seem beckoned by the smell of the salty ocean. Their pace increases. They are slow, though at least the ones that have been gorging on sewage. And they eventually make it out into the water.
Oh.
And they just slither away into the night. When you turn around, you see far off a figure moving underneath one of the nearest, which may still be 200-300 feet away, the nearest lamplight. A tall, unevenly shouldered figure steps away into the darkness. And you then see coming down, not but moments later, Tinker and Trish.
Oh.
Can we go after the guy?
You can definitely try.
I'm gonna
Oh.
go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Doesn't just get to be mysterious and leave. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, you run up and you look around. There are no traces on the ground that you can catch.
Oh,
Unless you want to make a survival check.
Absolutely. Let's go.
I, oh.
So
So,
wait,
Tinker, as you approach, like you see coming into the light
Hmm.
of the last that you're following, on the road that you're going, following wherever this creature you saw went, you come to the last lamplight of the main thoroughfare going through the city. And then into the light, you just see coming running this large hulking figure, like hair bustling, covered in sewage. You just see Forrest bolting up and just starts looking at the ground.
Oh no.
With a 19, I will say you catch some prints. The damp night air has left enough moisture for very faint footprints. These one, you look down and see not the prints that Tinker was following, but you instead see these large booted prints,
Mhm.
like armor boots.
Oh.
Oh, and do I see Tinker as I'm like charging up there?
Yeah, Tinker comes up, like as you're in the light looking around, Tinker comes strolling up to you.
Tinker, hello.
Well, Forrest.
What are you
it's
doing
good to see
here?
you.
Oh, and you?
I can't talk. I'm following this
Oh.
this man. He
Yes,
tried-
I'm following a man as well. You know the hunchback. The
yes.
the thing that we saw at the sewers before.
Yes,
I
the
saw
thing with-
another one, and he's left tracks
Oh, we saw another one. Oh, show me the track. Show me the tracks.
right here.
That wait. Wait, these aren't.
And they're different.
Well, this isn't right.
Do you want to follow him with me?
Well, yeah. Oh, you stink. Both of you.
It has been a long night, all right?
What are you? You can't follow anyone. You give us away.
And
Oh, it's
Trish will
fine.
pipe up and say something along the lines of like, I'd love to do this with you all, but can we please go to bed?
Go to bed. Go to bed. Someone sabotaged your debut at the ball,
He
and
was
you want to
right.
go to bed.
The guy was right here just a couple of minutes ago as I was running
It's a
up.
different guy.
Well, I don't know.
Our
But we
guy
should-
was all like, with different feet.
Did he
This
sound
guy
like
was like-
that?
You know,
I know.
but we're wasting time. He's getting further away.
You're right. You're right. And Tinker.
Yeah. As
now
you
that-
get to the edge of the lamplight, I would like to ask Tinker to make a survival check.
All right.
Because Forest, as soon as there's darkness, you just can't tell where they are anymore.
Oh,
So again, because so these are definitely different prints, 100%.
Yes.
Right.
But you can tell that the gate is uneven on these.
Right. Okay. Right. Well, that
10.
was only a 10.
No, you get a bit a ways. You can't follow. The tracks seem to disappear quite quickly. They weren't deep. They weren't that.
Hmm.
How do we say? Like they weren't heavy enough, or they're not enough to leave tracks. And as soon as you lose the light, they sort of blend into the grayish white tones that you see in the darkness, and they just meld in. But you did catch the direction. And if you were to follow them by the nose, they were headed towards the Scrapyard Strand.
Okay. But this Tinker was sort of like assuming he'd be in the lead if he's the only one who can sort of like see well in the dark. He'd sort of slow down and stop and just sort of throw his arm out dramatically in front of the party.
And we can't.
no
see
one
it
can
all,
see
so
it.
I
No
will
one can see
assume
it.
that we just go
No one
into your arm, and your arm is
we
now.
can see like Forrest is like can't see anymore. He's actually like knelt down and is kind of like sniffing at the dirt.
I think we should hold up here. I've lost him. I can't follow the tracks anymore, and honestly, I can't really smell anything aside from shit.
I can mainly smell sewers.
It's pretty bad. However, this is interesting.
And he sort of looks around. Under the cover of the darkness, only the four of them. He does move his toupee to his chin and he scratches it dramatically.
3 weird events. 3 shifty characters. After the dramatic dropping of that big whale. This is definitely a mystery.
3 shifty characters.
It was not a whale, but you know.
Don't I ruin my moment?
And he puts the toupee back on his head.
Being
But
dramatic.
no one can tell.
Morel, can you make it light again?
Mirel will kind of look around and obviously see that she can't see anyone and say, maybe we just move back to the lamplight,
Oh, all right.
just in case.
While we're walking back, Tinker would explain that he saw a different fellow that kind of matches the description of the other two, but not quite. And because he can now recall things perfectly, he would be able to
Why
describe it.
can you do that?
Why can he do that? So
I mean, he
last
always
session-
could.
Well,
you know.
now he can especially so because last session Tinker was the character who earned one of his feats.
Let's go!
Yeah, he's earned the feat Keen Mind, which increased his int score by 1,
Nice.
which now puts him to 16. So
Nice.
he is now technically the most intelligent character
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
There you
yeah.
go, there you go.
He can always know which way is north, the number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset, and can accurately recall anything that he has seen or heard within the past month.
Fantastic.
So good.
So,
And because of how we're playing the World Almanac, I will say within the season is how
within
we'll
the
run
season,
it.
that works. That works. Cool.
Cool.
So yeah, Tinker can. So if you describe the person you saw, then Tinker will be able to retain that information.
It was definitely the same figure that you saw tear open the sewer grate earlier that day.
Mm.
There you go.
It was the guy. It was the one that opened the sewer. It was that one.
Right. So two mysterious characters. Well, I know the direction he was going in. Maybe we should go there in the morning.
I wonder if he. Do you think he's trying to save the leeches like you, Morel?
I'm sorry, you're trying to do what?
Uh,
Save the leeches. The
Oh,
big
we
angry
already
things
did,
with the
thank
teeth
you
and the
very
sewer.
much.
You were in the sewers. What are you
yes,
doing
we
in
were
the
in the sewers.
You-
Why do you think
what?
I smell like this?
You were in the sewers.
Yes,
We were in the sewers.
Trying to save the leeches.
We did
we were
save some leeches.
Succeeding in
You
saving the
saved the
leeches.
leeches. These horrible monstrosities.
Well-
How did you save them?
They weren't that bad once they weren't trying to eat us.
They're always trying to eat you.
Well, these ones
No, you
weren't.
just look like a snack. You're small.
Well, thank you. I think.
No.
Right.
I was not sure that it would work out, but Morel was very convinced that she'd be able to have them follow her, and they did. It was very impressive.
Right. Well, next time you go into the sewers, make sure you invite me.
And then Tinker starts plodding off in the direction of the Daughters of Flame.
Yeah.
Do I need to have another one of those water things?
Yes.
All right.
Eventually, you all make it back to the Daughters of Flame. I'm just gonna really quickly. We are unfortunately an orb short right now, but are you all willing to maybe push 5 minutes later today?
Yes,
Of
that is
course.
fine. Yep.
We don't want D&D to end, Josie. Like,
Yeah, no, like
come on
5
now.
hours later.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
No.
What's getting decent sleep for work? Like, what is that?
We don't need that.
No one wants that.
No.
No one wants that.
So,
Okay.
as you return to the Daughters of Flame, you all return to your rooms. Some of you wash up more than others, get cleaned enough to go to bed. Forrest, you see the blanket pile on the floor that Tinker has prepared for you.
Starting to look pretty comfortable.
I told you
And
you'd warm up to it.
It's not hard to find sleep for some of you. For others, it may be slightly different.
It is the season after all.
'Tis the season. Mirel,
Mhm,
you're trying to sleep.
mhm.
Your emotions running rampant. At first, it feels like you're just tired after the day and you're tossing and turning in bed. Trish is still awake, reading a book with the small candlelight. You're doing your best to fall asleep. You can't quite get comfortable no matter what you do. And you start to feel hot, warm. You start to feel sweat. It feels like the insides of your mind and under your skin is burning. Just your entire body. So warm. When a thought creeps in, you've been through some horrible things in just in too few days. You're in a grand city. You've never been in anywhere like this before. The smells are wrong. The air tastes weird. Everything's so loud constantly. The sounds are wrong. You start to feel a fever growing. Few friends you had at home. You can't even talk to anyone, really, that you know. You've never been this far away from home. Never been far away from home this long. You miss your father, your grandmother, your teacher. You have no idea what they are doing. Are they worried about you? Are they looking for you? Are they just not caring? The only thing that gives you any comfort is there's a cold sensation on your neck. The only thing that reminds you of home. Eleonora cuddles in close as you feel your mind wander in a panic. You grab the locket from your grandmother that you wear around your neck, and you try to focus on breathing. What's going through Mirel's mind right now?
A lot. Thinking about the new people that she's met, wondering if she can trust them, despite the fact that she is rooming with one of them right now. Missing home, simultaneously not missing home because home frustrates her. Being thankful that she has Eleonora there. Being frustrated that despite freeing a couple of leeches, it feels like she didn't actually achieve anything today. And just this aching sense of loneliness.
I'm going to ask you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no!
Oh, heck.
Okay. We got a 10.
Got a 10. That's not enough.
Sorry, guys.
Oh no.
It's fine.
As you feel lonely, fear strikes you. Will you be able to make it through this? The sweating, the fever, you start to shake. The fear seeps into your blood, into your mind. And there's a moment you just manage to pull it in as you exhale one single breath of cold air that hangs before you. You manage to hold it at bay. It didn't creep, but you see on the window the dew of the night started to freeze. But Trish didn't notice. After what feels like maybe an hour or two, just holding on to your locket, to your cat, doing everything you can to breathe, the sensation goes away. But something feels different. Coming to terms with being away from home like this. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Forrest.
Yeah.
Forrest has never had an issue about falling asleep.
True.
It's pretty easy to do. If there's nothing to do, catching a nap, not hard.
Naps are great.
And he's slept in all manners of places. This pile of blankets, not too an unfamiliar sensation.
I've slept in worse.
You've taken off your armor. You're sleeping in whatever garments Forrest would sleep in. You've got blankets. But you start having... Yeah, but you start... As you're falling asleep, the dreams get to you very quickly. Tinker, while you're still awake, trying to go through what's ruminating in your mind, trying to put the pieces of this puzzle together. You just hear and see Forrest tossing and turning in his sleep. Forrest, like playing on loop, constantly viewing it from different angles. You hear the crash of the door. Something's happening. You try to wake up as quickly as possible. You hear footsteps, many footsteps. They smell angry. And you hear, "We're not asking. She demands you come and do this." You get up. You try to get there, but you see Eobard. And Eobard turns towards you. "No, Forrest. No, Forrest, you must stay here. Forrest, please." And you feel yourself, you launch your entire weight against these people. You go at them with your entire body, everything
Get
you
away
have.
from him.
And they start hitting you with sticks, heavy sticks, sharp sticks. They poke you, they hit you. You can feel that hot and cold sensation of injuries that you hear. "No, don't hurt him, please. I'll go, please." You feel cold. You chase after. They take Eobard away from you. They run, they disappear. You follow their scent. But your legs, they're not moving anymore. You feel it, that seething anger. You drag yourself after them. You can still feel them. They went this way. Eventually, even your arms give out. It's so cold. It's so dark. You just need to rest for a moment.
Sleep comes easy.
Sleep comes easy. But then you feel something. You feel yourself being lifted. Light. Eobard could never lift you. Ever. Whoever's doing this is not Eobard. They smell like home. The 7 Mile Forest. This individual smells of birch, oak, maple. As you're being carried, suddenly you feel warm again. The cold is being chased away. You open your eyes. Before you, you see a tree on fire in full bloom. It's hard to open your eyes. You're so tired. But then, suddenly, you're feeling wide awake. You shoot up. You sit up. And you hear something. Dozen or so voices, maybe a few fewer, speak at the same time with slight lag. "You, who have been granted a second chance, through the pure and selfless desire to protect those you love. What will you do now? You have been given an opportunity. Will you hold fast your beliefs, or will they be broken by the revelations of the world? We are not chastising you. You are not being tested. Simply curious. Would you share with us? What will you do now?" You can't tell if this is still a dream or if it's a memory.
Who am I? Hello?
You hear your own voice for the first time. Doesn't sound like it used to. We are simply watchers and guardians of these lands. But what will you do now, Forrest?
What will I do? The same thing I've always been doing. I'll protect my family. I'll get him back. No matter what.
No matter what,
No matter what.
your life is in your own hands. No matter what becomes you, Forest, live with pride. And the dream falls silent. Tinker, as Forrest is tossing and turning in his sleep, you hear him mumbling to himself. You're having a conundrum of your own.
Absolutely.
As you left the party and excused yourself, you were handed a small note from Madame Scarlet.
Oh.
It says that while you have good ideas and a bright mind, you were too unfocused on what you're truly good at. And that you could, if you only wouldn't spread yourself out and maybe pick your artisanal battles, you could excel. With that, you've spread out your various belongings into neat, categorized piles. You've torn out various ideas, sketches, blueprints, put them accordingly. There are 4 piles in front of you. 1, you've put all of your various liquid jars, tubes, any containers you have of your own generated acid, but also other acids you've found, and bases, alkaline fluids, and reagents. All of your written theories of abating your own caustic spit, but also ideas of how to increase its potency. Then you have 1 pile that is full of blueprint schematics on how to empower your armor to give you abilities your own physical form never could. Adaptive pieces, interchangeable gadgets and gizmos and weapons. A 3rd pile has all your various metals and woods that you've collected piled up neatly around your crossbow. Designs on how to perhaps weaponize your own acid into projectiles, specialized firearms with various things you could create. And then the last pile is just theories, sketches, ideas for a mechanical independent apparatus that could hopefully follow commands or follow instructions. Would you like to describe some additional ideas for these various piles? And then tell us which one is he leaning towards?
That's a really tough question. Yeah, because well, see, Tinker's always struggled with what to do about his gift / curse, his extremely potent saliva. So naturally, he's been very drawn to, working with it, understanding other acids and other bases and all that sort of jazz, and working to, sort of like produce concoctions that can improve it in various ways. We've seen one being his cure wounds, and we've seen him applied in battle, and he's that's just been his sort of life's sort of focus up until this point. But recently, ever since he started adventuring, with that came threats to his physical body, and he realized that he is small. He's just a little guy. He needs protection. And so he's worked on his armor, he's worked on his equipment, his crossbow, and he's through his natural abilities and his focus, he does feel like there's a way that he could really weaponize his natural gifts with some form of launching apparatus. and he's slowly been working towards that. And then recently, and then as an extension of his body, he realizes that sometimes he just needs to be in two places at once, and that's fueled his thought line into, the ideas into creating an independent being that can, assist him with his efforts. These are all fields of knowledge that Tinker feels very passionate about. And I think he's very unwilling at this point to focus on one. He's willing to divert his attention to two. But yeah, he kind of segments it in the way that his alchemical sort of reagents and his collection of acids and his crossbow and that sort of side of things together, still very unwilling to make a decision on that just yet.
The night continues as you all eventually find rest in one way or another. That's where we're gonna end for today. And level up.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
We're
shit.
leveling up.
Oh, JC, that's why.
Oh, you didn't
Yeah.
clock that?
No, I didn't.
That entire thing
Oh.
was just to give you an opportunity to add
About
some
that.
flair
Yeah,
to
I-
picking your subclass.
I kind of clocked it almost like after I'd already finished my part. I was like, oh shit, I realize what's going on now.
No, see, I knew at some point soon I had to pick a subclass for him, but like
Yeah.
I didn't think
You-
it would happen.
You don't have to pick and choose right
Oh.
now. You have until next week, but we're gonna do that thing that everybody loves. We're gonna roll some hit points,
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yeah, I can roll a hit point.
Yeah, we do.
which means that we get if we can have a D6, if we can do it in Foundry for everyone to partake in. So for Mirel, or would you roll us a D6?
A D6, like a D.
That is assuming you're taking a level in Sorcerer.
Yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. We're gonna take a sorcerer level. I don't have like anything right now. I want to be a little more squishy. I got 6.
6, which means that with your con
Damn.
modifier, you get 7 more hit points.
Awesome.
I love that for me.
Absolutely
Really
what you
good.
want.
Yeah. So remember, you go into your character editor, and where it says manual hit points, you only add an additional 6. Your con modifier is added automatically. We will also, as you're taking a long rest, I'm going to have to ask Tinker, are you going to forsake recovering hit dice to get rid of your wound?
Yes.
Oh, what wound did he have?
The head.
He
one.
had a wisdom wound, I believe.
Ah,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
He will. So he still so he doesn't recover the hit dies themselves, but he still
No.
recovers the hit points. For the
Correct.
Cool.
Yes. That is it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Could we then perchance have Forest roll as a D10?
Yep. Oh, it's average. All right, I'll take a 5, I guess.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I mean,
pretty good.
plus
That's pretty
plus
good.
Constitution.
Yeah. So that means my rolled HP becomes 21,
That's pretty dang good.
which
That's
means the
pretty
maximum hit points is now 30.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And Tinker, I believe you get to roll a D8.
Nice.
All right. You know what? We'll get him next time.
We'll get him next time. That's a 2.
That's a 2.
Okay. At least
That's
it's not a
true.
1.
Yep.
Twice.
Yeah.
Again.
But yeah, so with that, There's a lot that's been going on today. If anyone wants to share any of their various level up thingies, you are welcome to. And if everyone in the audience have any quick questions for us, we can probably get to them before we sign off for the
I mean,
day.
if you guys want to know, I'm happy to tell you. If you don't
Sure.
care, then
You,
whatever.
so sorcerers unfortunately got their subclass at level 1. So
Yeah, I feel like we don't.
first.
Yeah, we don't have too much.
I mean, you
heat
say
going on.
unfortunately, but that's the dream for everyone.
That is the dream for everyone. For
Oh my gosh.
Desi,
Desi.
thank you for those gift
Aw,
subs.
so kind.
That is
Oh, it's still
huge.
broken.
I'm coming over there.
Yeah, but what is the question though? You didn't ask a question. You just sent us a bunch of gift subs. You still gotta ask your question.
And started a hype train.
Oh
No.
my
The hell,
Yeah.
you know?
My question is to you: is why are you so cute?
Ah, heck.
Wow.
Got him.
Wow,
gosh.
can't believe this.
That's the question. Of course not. Thank you, Desi. Thank you.
Yeah. So, what subclass is Forrest going? Because he gets to pick his oath.
Yeah, he's taking the Oath of the Ancients.
Ooh. I don't know what that means, but I like it.
Oh, I can summarize it in a way that you will fucking love.
Okay,
Ah.
yes. Hit me.
Yeah, it's the druid of paladins.
It's essentially it's a druid light, is what it
Yeah.
is.
Ah, okay. Yep.
It's
I'm good.
nature paladins.
Yeah, it's nature paladin basically. So
Damn, I should have taken a level in druid. What am I doing with my life? I hate it here.
yeah.
Well, you can share with us your level 3 features if you would like.
Oh yeah,
what comes
you
later
actually get
can-
you get quite a lot at level
Yeah.
3 for this.
Mm.
So let's see, where do we start? So we get
I believe you get Turn the Faithless is one of them.
yeah. So we start off with Harness Divine Power. So you can expend a use of your channel divinity to fuel your spells as bonus action. I can do a little mumble and regain an expended spell slot.
That's pretty good.
No higher than half proficiency, rounded up. And it goes, you can do it more times as you level up. I got Divine Health, so I'm now immune to disease. Which is
But not to sewage.
not well. I'm not immune to sewage, but
And
immune
not
to
to
the diseases I would get from the sewage. So,
That's true. That's true.
That's important. Yeah, important distinction.
yeah.
That's brilliant.
And let's see,
And you can turn into a badger.
we got Channel Divinity, so which gives me 2 options. I can either invoke Nature's Wrath or turn the Faithless. So Nature's Wrath allows me to invoke primeval forces to ensnare foes. So essentially, especially I get basically I can make spectral vines spring out and like bind shit.
You're just a religious druid.
Yeah, I told you, that's Druid Light.
I'm having such a good time with this.
And turning the Faithless makes I can utter ancient words that are painful for Fae and Fiends to hear. So I can basically any of them within 30 feet of me that can hear me have to make a Wisdom save, and on a fail they are turned for 1 minute or until they take damage, which is basically like fear. So they got to run away from me.
Yeah, it's a version of a cleric's Turn the Undead, but with different creature types.
Yeah. Also, just as a post fuck you to Jalira, if the creature's true form is concealed by illusion, shape-shifting, or other effects, that form is revealed while it's turned.
Yeah.
Good to know she's still impacting our choices.
That's right. Yeah. None of this shape-shifting nonsense. No illusions here.
We're
As
trying.
we all know, it was Jalira all along.
It was Jalira all along. Yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they also get additional oath spells. So for this level, I get Ensnaring Strike and Speak with Animals as my oath spells.
Yeah.
You could have spoken with my leech friends, and they
Yeah.
would have been like slurp, slurp, and you would have been like
Slurp, slurp,
Slurp, slurp, and I'm like, oh, slurp, slurp,
slurp, slurp, slurp.
slurp, slurp.
Now, do we want to give Tinker some time to think, or do you have a subclass
Take
picked
us some
out?
time to think.
like thinker. Yeah.
We got to turn that into a shirt, guys. Look, yeah, it really. Look, I'll explain my conundrum to everyone. So like, it
You want them all.
No, I don't want them all. It's just that So an artificer, the two subclasses we're looking at are alchemist and artillerist. Alchemist just fits the background of Tinker to a T, right? It
Thematically
just,
very on point. yeah.
thematically, it is beautifully on point. Even the spells that you get, acid arrow, ray of sickness, it just makes so much sense with Tinker's backstory.
Yeah, yeah.
But when I was initially crafting Tinker, I was channeling essentially an artillerist that weaponized his acid, and that was kind of like the end goal I had for Tinker. So it's really, it depends on how much wriggle room I think I'm going to be allowed to have with the artillerist subclass.
So what you're saying is you want to book a meeting so we can talk about it.
Book a meeting to talk about it. There's something I want to change about it.
Potential
and I'm willing,
homebrew happening. All right.
I'm willing
So
to,
I can say that we did have in the log already. There was going to be a homebrew rollable table if Tinker went alchemist.
yes, yeah.
Rather than the alchemist's own experimental potions, we had one that was Tinker specific.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's so we'll just have to see. We'll have to see on that one because I'm just not too sure whether I want to go
What do you want to start blasting or start spitting?
Look, just like you see the word Eldritch Cannon and you just go
Pretty cool though.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, because like if I remember correctly, the cannon-y things are sort of basically allow you to have like little turrets, essentially, right? If I remember.
You can create a single turret or a single cannon, and it can either be a small or tiny Eldritch Cannon. So
It
that
can be self-propelled tripod weapon that just walks on the ground and shoots.
yeah.
Literally a pet.
When I
Yeah, you can sit it on my head if you
when
like.
I saw the words Eldritch Cannon, the image that immediately went to my head was like a cannon that Tinker just sits on. He just scutters along. But obviously
so
that's
cool.
not quite where it goes. So but there's
and the flavor for alchemist is really good too. I understand the conundrum.
It's such a conundrum. So look, watch
You
this
got to decide now.
Watch this space. I have a week to look into it.
Yep.
And we'll see.
Shoulder cannon from Predator.
That would be so cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, with that, I think all of you maybe get extra spell slots as well, or is it just Mirelle and Trish who isn't here? I will be talking to Orb during the week.
I get to cast one extra spell.
There you go.
Yes.
Heyo.
And level 3, what does a sorcerer get at level 3, Cuddly?
yeah,
When
tell
you
me.
want to share with us?
Yeah, we get some meta magic options here.
But you already had meta magic.
Good. I just get more.
Oh my god.
There's like a lot of
Even more.
options too, so I actually also don't know what I'm gonna choose.
Oh, that was
I don't
going
even
to
know
be
what
my
all
next
this
question.
stuff
If you had
does.
any leanings or ideas already.
We did have a talk, but yeah,
Yeah.
they're all good. They're all really good.
They all look pretty good. I've just gone through them and sort of I like the idea of a seeking spell. Like, oh yeah, well, you can hide.
It doesn't like give advantage on attack roll. You can re-roll after you missed.
Yeah.
Which is even better.
Like, oh, you didn't like that one, huh? Well, here's another.
Yeah, like it's coming back.
Not a bad
Like
idea.
you're doing the Dragon Ball Z thing where you're making your Kamehameha just like turn 180 and come back and hit them in the back of the head.
I absolutely want to be able to totally miss someone and then it just boomerangs them in the shoulder blades or something. I love that.
Speaking of Mirelle, Lorispan did ask what the inspiration was for your accent.
Oh, it was a Josie inspiration. So Josie kind of gave us like guidelines for what kind of accent we should go from, like what region we're from. So down near, I don't know if it's, I'm looking at the map. I'm not looking at the map. I am looking at the map. I know the name. I just need to know exactly. Yeah, down near like
Talon.
Talon and stuff. People sometimes have more of like an Italian flair. I know it's not perfect, but also this is fantasy, so I'm just rolling with it. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was like. All right, we'll start there. I have tried my best to give Morel a lower voice, but I'll be honest, I just have a chipmunk voice, so like I do what I can. I thought she could be cool and like mysterious and stuff.
I think you're doing
No,
great.
it's just me.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks. So I try to make her cool.
Try to make her cool.
Try to
You
make
also
her
get
work very well.
at 3rd level
Do I?
2nd level spells.
So excited.
Yes. And you also,
Ah.
because you're playing a sorcerer, you can also change out one of your 1st level spells.
Yes, I do remember that, and I don't know if I will. I really haven't used.
You haven't used any spells.
I used like one spell, and I don't think it even hit. I think I used a chaos bolt,
Yeah.
like
just-
one chaos bolt.
Just fully embracing, like, no, this place doesn't like magic. I'm not gonna magic.
Yeah, I mean, I did definitely subtle cast something, if you guys call it that, but you know, just one thing because I'm scared of the card.
That unlike some people that aren't here, just yelling into the minds of random passersby.
Ah, that's so good.
That was so good. Witchcraft.
Honestly, I feel like if I had like telepathy though, I would use it like that. I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect the dedication to yelling to someone else's brain.
Yes. And for those of you who may be wondering, that little level up segment, Tricious will be the next time Orb is here with us. Not gonna spoil that one.
No.
Have it when Orb is here because we want to see his facial
Exactly.
reaction.
Yeah,
We want
yeah.
emotional trauma, Josie.
I don't know about that one.
Well, just for our characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was quite a chunk of lore in
There
those
was.
little dream sequences.
Yeah, I wanted leveling up to have an impact, to like be a meaningful moment, especially because level 3 is like one of the big early game milestones.
I'm excited.
I wish I clicked onto it sooner because I might
I
have
had
said
no
something-
idea what was
I
going on.
would have probably said
You
something a bit
level up.
differently, actually, but that's all right.
But I also wanted it to be like a cool, like we ending on a
Yeah,
on, like,
no, it was super cool.
intrigue.
Definitely.
Yeah, I
just wish I understood the. I wish I understood the assignment better.
didn't
Well,
know.
now
that.
you're maybe clued in if it happens again.
I'll probably forget. It'll be a surprise every time.
100%.
Yeah, I found the I was just scrolling back up that whole time through Josie and I's conversation to find the experimental elixir.
Oh yes.
Info that you gave me. I'm just-
Are you wanting to
mind me, I'm just-
share it?
Ooh,
Yeah, I mean, we may as
you
well.
don't have
like-
to, but you could.
Oh well,
Because we could do side by side. I can say what's on the original one, and you can say what's on the Tinker one.
yeah. There's well, I mean, I've kind of already.
Oh, you've already done it all. Then hit us.
No, no, I haven't. I just more of like it was funny. Like the first one in the experimental elixir is healing, right? Like in the normal table. I just realized my cure wounds is kind of already fled that way, but like
Yes.
this one's a
But
more
this would be extras.
yeah. So like for experimental elixir, you'd you got your d6, right? And essentially, do you roll it or is it?
You roll a d6
you roll
whenever
it,
you
yeah.
use the feature.
So you've got your healing, and that one in the regular one is just like a stronger potion, whereas this one, Tinker would get Cauterize, which is pour on a creature's wound to make it regain essentially 1d6 plus your int modifier hit points, and also gain 1d6 temp hit points.
Like you were doing at the tent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the number 2 on the experimental elixir was Swiftness, which is a walking speed increase. Tinker would have one called Acid Zone, which is by pouring or throwing this acid around you, you cover a circular area of 10 feet in diameter with small puddles of acid. A creature walking through the area must either choose to move at half speed or take damage equal to your proficiency modifier. Every 5 feet they move.
Yeah, because they gotta watch out so they don't step in the acid puddles.
Yeah.
He does the
What
Otto
do you say?
Reagan salt splash, but with acid.
That's now I'll never not see that.
The floor is acid.
Oh my god.
Yeah, number 3 on the experimental elixir is resilience, which is just +1 to AC. Tinker,
Yeah, that's the same as the original one.
yeah, that's pretty much the same one. And then number 4 was essentially boldness. Tinker can roll a d4, add a number rolled to every attack roll and saving throw they make for the next minute. Tinker would get antacids. So a creature who drinks this special blend of weaker acids are cured of any poison affecting them, lose any poison condition, and can reroll any saving throw related to diseases they may have.
Was that boldness or baldness? Because I know when I
Yeah,
heard
The original one is boldness, but
Boldness,
Tinker's
got
is
it.
Bald.
not baldness. I
Yeah,
understand.
And then number 5 is flight on the experimental elixir.
Oh,
Tinker would instead get cleaner, which is pouring this concoction on a non-magical item so bigger than a cubic foot dissolves the item completely.
Oh god.
oh my
If
god.
poured on a magical item, you must roll as if you made a spell attack against the DC determined by the item's rarity. So essentially, he can,
Oh,
he can
God.
melt shit.
You can just
it's
you
pretty
can be the cleanup guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Get him close to an enemy with a magical sword. He could literally just melt that sword right
It's
out
like
of the hand.
alien's blood.
Yep, pretty much.
Melt a
Holy shit.
person.
And then experimental elixir number 6 is transformation, which is essentially the alter self spell. Whereas for Tinker, he would get acid trip. And I love this. This
no.
incredibly viscous material shimmers faintly when light strikes it. A single creature can drink this peculiar acid and become very fatigued and fall into an unconscious state. They gain the effects of the 3rd level catnap spell and cannot benefit from this elixir again until they finish a long rest. They can, however, still benefit from the catnap spell and vice versa. So, yeah, level 3 catnap spell. I can't quite remember that off the top of my head, what it does.
I believe it gives you like it takes a minute, but you get a short rest.
It's like a
Ah,
turbo
so it's like
short
a
rest.
short
right?
rest.
In a
in a
minute,
bottle.
yeah.
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 I think it's one of. I think you can have it as a sorcerer spell from memory. Or
Yes.
maybe I just-
Here it is. You cast it as an action. Usually, here it would be you drink the acid trip potion. You go unconscious for 10 minutes. If you remain unconscious for the full 10 minutes, you gain the benefits of a short rest.
Nice.
No, Purple Tiefling, we're discussing like if Tinker goes down the alchemy sort of side of Artificer, he gets an experimental elixir, and these are the sort of the customizations that he could get.
The various effects.
I'm
Oh,
very
yeah.
excited to see what you pick. I
Yeah.
think either way, it's gonna be a
Or
blast.
he could get a cannon.
Cannons are
Yeah.
really
I
fun though. You don't
want to do a
understand. I did a one shot with an artificer and she had a cannon. She sat on it. It was really fun.
I will say, sorry for interrupt, but Desi, I just saw your message about wanting some emotional trauma. 6th of June, we are hosting the first subscriber one shot in Discord, and it will be taking place in the world of the previous campaign in the years following the events at the end of the campaign. So just letting you know that that's an option. And we have actually set the theme of what this little series of one-shots will be. It will be the Midnight Suns Guild of Volunteers.
Yeah.
So you'll all get to play as new recruits in the Guild of Volunteers a few years after the battle in the Underdark.
Gosh, I would love to know like if any lore.
No, it's 5th edition. It's 5th edition. We will see how many people show interest. We may have to go through, but time and date will show up, and the most important thing is please only mark your interest if you know you can make that date and time, because we need to be able to keep track. Yes.
Yeah, we'll have a thing that will show you hopefully in your time, so you will be able to know.
Yes. That is true. So yeah, by next Sunday, hopefully, Ozzy has figured out which subclass he's going for, and we might get to see what Trish gets
I'm
up to.
Really keen to see what
excited.
subclass, what bard
Yeah.
subclass Trish is going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh my God! Some other heroes. Is that Chris?
It's a cheeky sub right there.
Cheeky.
That-
Cheeky.
Is that Chris?
Getting in on the one shot.
Okay.
You want to play? Maybe.
Hey kid, you want to play
Oh
some
my
Dungeons
God.
and Dragons?
I just want to say I've been catching up because I've been tuning in to some other heroes. If I recall their schedule, they do go live in a couple of hours.
Go live now. Sorry.
As far as I'm aware, they go live on Sundays in a few hours. Thank you for giving them a shout out. I've been catching up because I've been tuning into some of their recent live episodes, and I've been watching through the VODs from the start of their campaign, and it's amazing. Oh my God, they are amazing. Like, just go watch. I can't believe the first 5 episodes, the running gag is just that it's Eugene's first day. his first day. And then all of a sudden it's his second day. And it's just, I don't know. I just love it.
Wonderful.
It's great. It's
Let's
great.
go live now. Some of us have like sleep to get to, but if you go live now,
We do.
watch it.
But I will say that the Dead Aussie Gamer is live with Pathfinder, and we did have a Pathfinder raid earlier, and I've got
Oh,
Pathfinder
true.
later today. I just feel like that's
You
apt.
got to find those paths
Way to
sometimes.
go.
you know?
Yeah.
You gotta find those
There we
paths.
go. All right.
So thank you everyone who's tuned in. Keep an eye on Discord for more news, and keep your peepers peeled right here tomorrow when the boyos do more Dungeons and Dragons Online.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Good. No surprises tomorrow, as far as I
Oh
can
my
see.
God, why would you say that?
Look,
Because
life
I love
finds a
being
way.
proven wrong.
Yeah. So everyone, thank you so much for today. We will see you next week with episode 7, where everyone has been fully leveled up, and we'll see what subclasses were picked. Say goodbye.